Hola, 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 mi gente. My t-shirt says hola, mi gente, so I don't gotta say it. There goes, hola, mi gente. How is everybody?
Is that new?
It's actually old. I just never worn it. Right? There's this Instagram influencer. Her name is Cooking con Omi. Her name is Omi. And she says hola, mi gente too. Like all Puerto Ricans say hola, mi gente.
Yeah.
To be clear, but she also says it, so I wanted to support her channel. So I bought her shirt a while back and I never wore it. I'm wearing it now. I have an AVN hat on. No, before you emailed me, I do not do porn.
Okay, I'm glad we cleared that up.
Let's clear it up. Let's clear it up because a couple of people have hit me like, so how'd you get the AVN hat?
No, you're a lady in the street and a freak on the video.
Apparently. Listen. No, you creep. I worked with a vibrator company at the AVN Expo and I snagged a hat. That is all.
Still sounds fun.
So it looks like somebody trademarked the Hola Mi Gente shirt. It looks like that could be trademarked. I'm not sure if it is. You better trademark.
No, it's not trademark.
You better trademark before somebody grabs it. Before somebody grabs
you know, there's like a trademark war going on right now with like all these billionaires. They're like literally trademarking every word in the dictionary. Like I'm surprised that they haven't got to the alphabet yet. So
I heard some stupid type of trademark the other day. Somebody was fighting for. Oh, what's his name? Eminem.
Mark Zuckerberg's been getting a lot of them. Mark and somebody else. Like I gotta look up the words. I haven't like really gone down that rabbit hole. I gotta look up the words again. They were like dumb words. Like and everyone's catchphrases. They're getting like everybody's catchphrases. Yeah. Like dumb words like orange and like it's
ridiculous. I know Eminem was trying to sue for shady. Yeah. I'm like, bitch, you don't listen. You know how I feel about Eminem. That's y'all's people. Anyway.
I think I'm gonna trademark my catchphrases real quick.
You might need to, because you never know who love watching.
Yeah, well, yeah. All right. Welcome everybody. Yeah, we are still milking that Katt Williams cow. It's a lot there.
We all are.
No, it's a lot. No, but there. I mean, it's so layered. There's a lot there. This is grown big, hairy T-Rex legs. This is serious right now. A lot of the stuff that's going on, a lot of the behavior that's gone on in the aftermath is quite interesting. Haran, you know me, I'm a sucker for a good article. And you wrote something that was pretty fucking amazing. No cap. Pretty fucking amazing. I like me a good read. That was a good read. It was a good read.
I had to repost that.
Yeah, I did too. Just an amazing angle to this whole Katt Williams thing and what we're all seeing unfold. So I want to jump right in. Welcome everybody, Saturday Night to the Block. I want to jump right in. I'd like to read this article, and then we can take it from there because there's a lot there. So I want to read the article courtesy of our very own Haran DeMarco. How's everybody feeling? Everybody all right? Everybody okay?
Good. Life is good. It's snowing here.
Is it already?
Yeah, we're supposed to get a blizzard, but then they changed it. They're playing that game that they like to play with us. This psychological game. It's like it's gonna snow. It's not. Yeah. It's gonna snow. Maybe it is.
Well, they do that to push people to shop for shit. Like people hear that and then they go run out and get salt. They go run out and get bread and of course the toilet tissue. Right? Guys off shelves. You know, you gotta push people to shop, get their cold cuts and their bread and their milk.
All of the above.
The bread, the milk, and the egg industry. Every time there's a disaster, I mean, must go through the roof. Okay.
Yes.
They must go through the roof. The bread, the eggs, and forget the what we got, Hiram Oblinsky, I see you backstage. If you want to hide behind your avatar, then you have to super chat us first. Then you're more than welcome to come up here. Okay, so let's get to this article. Before we get to the article, since we're warming up, welcome everybody. Hit that like and subscribe if you want to support the show. By all means, Cash App on the block with Jen. Thank you sincerely to everyone who Cash Apps me because you're catching the replay and you liked the content. Gracias. Or you can super chat. So, panel, chat, everybody lurking. Hey, lurkers, happy Saturday night. What do you think thus far? Because every day there's like a storm of new developments from this Katt Williams versus everybody on Club Shay Shay. Someone said something on Facebook that was I could not disagree with. They said this was the best stand-up special ever.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, it was more entertaining than Chappelle's last joint. I watched Chappelle. First, I'm a fan of Chappelle, but I think that once someone gets to a certain level and you're sitting in the audience, you get free laughs because you're Dave Chappelle.
Yep.
Right? Whereas if it was a nobody saying exactly what Chappelle was saying, nobody would be doubled over. Right? But it's like we like Chappelle, so we're going to chuckle, right? At this point, so I don't think it was his best. A lot of people said it was his best. I don't think so. I think what he said at the end was really good. He's a very wise man. So I watch Chappelle for the nuggets of wisdom. I don't watch Chappelle expecting to double over and laugh. I do not. I just know, at this point, he's a public speaker to me, a very wise,
he gives
very
me
wise man in the tribe.
Yeah, it gets TED Talk.
Yes.
I think also with Katt is that we haven't seen that. I guess we haven't seen that Carlin, Lenny Bruce energy in a very long time.
Andrew Dice Clay.
That Dice Clay energy and comedy in a very long time, And there was a time when I thought Dave was going in that direction, and he kind of did, but then he just started philosophizing and shit like that, which is dope. Yeah. It is what it is.
Absolutely dope. Absolutely dope. I just know when I watch him,
right?
I'm
absolutely.
Not, by no means am I sitting there like I'm
gonna.
What
you're paying for. You know what I mean? When and it's great for what it is.
Absolutely.
But Katt just this was a long time since we saw that. It's that punk rock energy. I tell people, it's like you don't have to understand punk rock music to understand punk rock energy. Punk rock energy is fuck this whole shit. I'm gonna say what I say. I said it. I meant it. Fuck you if you don't feel it. And deep down, everyone can connect with that. Because a lot of us want to say a number of things. You know what I'm saying? For what it's worth, that is why Donald Trump won. He brought in that punk rock energy. He brought in that energy that people who are frustrated, people who are angry, can connect with. And right now in America, people are angry with their jobs. People are angry with the decisions that they made in their lives. People are angry in their marriages. People are angry, period. So when he was saying what he was saying and breaking down certain things, just a lot of people could connect with it.
Yep. Very much so.
So there are people who didn't connect with it. I got, as we all do, we have friends and buddies in the industry. And the phone calls that I've been disagreeing. And these people are close to me and they're in the industry. They're industry heads. And some of them are close to the situation with Katt. And I got to say, I've been disagreeing with them. I'm not, first of all, what I'm not going to do, the go along to get along, I'm not going to do it. So if you're calling me to discuss this, you have to understand, I'm going to tell you how I see it. People are saying he's divisive. People are saying that these are conversations that I'm having. He's divisive. Why would he do that? Why would he go after his fellow brethren in the industry? Why would he do such a thing? I'm hearing that. I'm hearing it does nothing for comedy. Before you speak, you have to ask yourself, what would the benefit be of this? And I call hogwash. I call bullshit. I think this is the best thing that's happened to comedy in a good long time. Okay? Because now people are paying attention to comedy in general. Matter of fact, all the people that are getting pressed, the comedians that are getting pressed, like No Saint said yesterday, like people didn't even know who these people were until Katt said their name. Okay. Club Shay Shay was entertaining, but it was not 25 million views strong.
No.
Okay.
Those is Marvel trailer movie numbers, by the way.
Yes, they are.
And I mean, I loved everything about this shit. But for the people who are disagreeing, or whether they're in the industry or not, because I've had the same conversations with a couple of people, and I say to them, okay, I'm going to pose a question to you. If you were famous or even not famous, and you watch people year after year go up publicly and lie on you and bash your name and lie on you and bash your name, one after another, 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 what would you do? Right? And to me, he was like, okay, you know what? I didn't watch one too many of you lie on me. I'm gonna just go ahead and give this interview to my friend Shay Shay. I'm gonna do one good interview, clear the air, and go on about my day because I gotta be somewhere by 5 o'clock. That's what it was given. Like it was like, because I don't understand what people don't understand. Like, what would you do if you were in his shoes? Because most people would clap back after each person, each and every person. That's what we see a lot of celebrities doing these days, like after each and every person that says anything about them, and they don't even have to be famous, they clapping back at fans. But this man did it one good time to tell his story. He says, since everybody else telling my story, can I tell my story?
Right.
And I'll say this, it's kind of brilliant, whether he meant it or not, a brilliant marketing move, because he's on tour. Katt Williams is on tour. And now people might say, holy shit, I'm going to go in. Maybe he'll talk about some of this on stage. I don't know if that was the angle. Probably not 100%, but it's going to work that way. Because I was looking at tickets. I was like, oh shit, let me see what those tickets cost.
I know them tickets done went up after that interview.
No, tickets blew up. Just like Chris Rock, after Chris Rock got slapped, his tickets went through the roof, right? That's how it works. That's the industry.
Nothing wrong with that. Whether it was intentional or not, there's nothing wrong with that. It's called
capitalism.
It's called the marketing game. Everybody does it. Look,
you better leverage.
Look, listen, man. Look, if I was interviewing him and he said some shit like that and that whole shit, I'll be like, at the end of this, you got some shit you trying to sell, man? Because trust me, all eyes about to be on you.
And as the interviewer, I'll be selling some shit. Because
Mm-hmm.
that's his highest interview.
Well, actually, it was backwards. What Katt was doing that for Shay Shay.
Right.
Like, you're about to get put on behind this. So he knew exactly what he was doing, right?
I don't think, here's the downside of that though. I think this is the peak for Club Shay Shay.
Of course it is.
I think this is it. This is I can't see him having anything else left in the tank after this.
Nope.
Nothing like this.
No, nothing.
Interviewer. He just
He just got lucky. He got lucky because somebody liked him. It's just like that's why I say shit ain't fair. Okay. Somebody might grant you something. You might not. I've been undeserving for shit before. People have given me positions. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come in and do my best. But it's just because they like you.
Yeah. And I mean, he better strike while the iron is hot, because he'll get a bump and then people get bored. The people that were there to watch something exciting will say, oh, this isn't as good as the Katt Williams interview. I'm not going to watch as much.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to top that, even if the other comics show up like, oh, I want to go back there. It's going to womp because they already went. They already said their truth. They already gave their story. So you're going to double back and say what? You're going to say that's not true. So someone in the chat asked, did anybody say he was lying yet? Right. So Ice Cube, although Ice Cube didn't go at him, Ice Cube did try to say he was lying. And then someone pulled out receipts. Now, Ice Cube was trying to act like the older wise guy, the one that I am above all this. I just wanted to correct one little thing. I agree with Katt. Katt did defend me. However, I just want to fix this one little thing. There was never any insinuation of a rape scene or anything like that regarding Katt's character. And Friday, there was no, I just want to set the record straight, right? Because Black men, homophobia, everybody wants to get far away from the assholes. I'm talking about anus, like the assholes, not people that
the literal
the actual assholes. Like Black men want to steer far away from anything that has to do with an asshole. Let everybody get away from the assholes. So Ice Cube was trying, he gave his little spiel. Let me just get away from the asshole real quick. I had no intention of even insinuating that there was an asshole involved in this guy's character. And then remember, Katt Williams had said that there was a sexual assault scene that he wanted out of the script, right? And they took it out. But now Ice Cube's saying that's preposterous. There was never even I don't do that. You know my style. You've watched my movies. And then someone pulled out a receipt. So let's bring up the receipt and see if Ice Cube has never even thought of sexual assault on any of his Friday movies.
Cube, the ice is melting.
Not the ice is melting.
Got some explaining to do.
Yeah, and I'm like, either you did a thing or you didn't do a thing. You can't do a thing a little bit. Either you did or you didn't do it, right?
The fear is very real in our community as Black men. I will agree to that because I talk about the show, on the block with Jen and the energy of it. And I talk about it and I talk about who's on it. And, I casually mention that a trans woman is on it. And my brothers look at me funny. I'm like, what happened? I didn't say I performed this fucking show naked. Like, what happened? He was like, well, you got like a trans. First of all, some of y'all got to really work on your diction. One of the motherfuckers actually said a transgender or some shit like that, and I was like, no, gender.
A redheaded transgender.
Yeah,
transgender.
And I'm like, bro, it's okay. I don't leave the podcast with trans on my arm, or it's not something you can catch. It's a person. If you actually sit down and share ideas, with people from different communities, you'll find out that that people that they, have the same wants and needs that you do. They shit after, a big plate of fucking pasta, just like you, and so on and so forth. Not you, sweetie.
No, I know. I have fairy dust. I don't.
Yeah, I know women don't shit. I've never met or dated a woman that shits or farts. Just that's not a thing. Anyway, you understand my point. So continue.
Okay, so let's play the video. This is ridiculous. This is like Katt Williams gate. Hold on. This absolutely ridiculous. I got a story for y'all, but on another show. Woo! Thank goodness for my anger management certificate, y'all.
Oh my gosh, she got a signed paper saying that she's a sane person, y'all. She got
Shush. Shush.
Where's the sound?
Is that me? Okay, I think it's her. You can, Jen, we can't hear. Jay, we can't hear.
Or is that an accident? Is it a glitch? Might be a glitch on our end. Maybe she has to go out and come back in.
Jay, can you hear us?
No, she can't hear us. She's listening to this clip.
Oh, she having a good old time.
What's going on?
We can't hear or see anything.
Like,
you can't hear the video?
Yeah, I don't think you could hear us. We're trying to talk to you.
You couldn't hear the video.
No, we couldn't see the video. Video.
Couldn't see the video. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Give me 1 second. Stop screen. Give me 1 second.
He said, "I'll just do the voiceover." Too funny.
It's Saturday night.
Saturday
Saturday.
night. I don't know why the fuck you can't hear it.
Saturday night at Club Saint Saint.
What you drinking on?
My top shelf tequila.
Ah.
Yeah, Ms. Roof, I saw that. People were saying there was a discrepancy with that because there was like Katt Williams said that Cedric and the Entertainer and somebody else never went by the Comedy Store, and then Guy Tori said no, he did come through to Fat Tuesday, and then someone said Fat Tuesday is not the Comedy Store though, and then Guy Tori was lower. So they're going back and forth about, but excuse me, basically Katt was saying these two dudes didn't support Guy Tori.
So they're trying to split hairs.
They're trying to split hairs. So Guy Tori is like, look at this video back in 1973. Guy Tori is standing next to me at the thing. he's at the thing with the guy. And this, look, I said his name on stage. So these guys are scouring the archives.
Right, that's the funny thing.
He pulled up a picture. They both look 19. Cedric the Entertainer and Guy Tori look 19. Okay, so these guys are digging. That's what I'm saying.
Digging. Like they are digging to try to, like, out of all of these people, right? You would think one person could just say, no, that's a lie, and here's why. None of them, not one.
Like Cedric is like 100 pounds less in that fucking picture.
Right. Yes, they look young.
And this is the thing. The internet just keeps on giving, because a lot of these videos were just videos sitting in somebody's camera or whatever that they brought in. You can't get away. I mean, things that were in the past now that you thought you could get away with are just, someone's going to throw it online and it's going to start it up again. It's because I was watching the jokes that were, that they said that these Steve Harvey and all stole from Katt Williams, and these are old, like probably early 90s, maybe late 80s, it's just like, can't get away with it.
All right, I'm gonna try again. Let me know if you can see it. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens again. Yo no sé. Vamos a ver. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Can you still see it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna hit play. Let's see if it plays. I thought this was interesting. I really want to show you guys this. Oops.
Second thing I want to clear up, I would never shoot a rape scene in a movie, especially like Friday.
You're right, it wasn't Friday, it was Friday after next.
You actually see this happening on camera. That ain't my style. If you check out any of my movies, they not raunchy.
Wait, hold on then. What the fuck is this my nigga?
I like my fish wet and squirming.
I thought I was dreaming.
You are.
He almost dreamed. I mean, nigga.
Oh, you dreaming.
What the hell?
You want to try to make sure that makes the movie.
You was just gonna take it, wasn't you? Huh?
So,
Yeah. Okay.
so that was that not suggesting sexual assault? One big black man.
And that was exactly what.
That's what I thought was. I remember that scene. I always walked out of that situation thinking, oh, it was supposed to be a rape scene.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
I thought this is what I thought. I thought we understood that the scene was modified to imply. We just didn't give the literal. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
he was trying to sit there and say that, oh, we didn't imply it either. Like, no, yeah, you did. Like, No, whether you imply it or it's the literal, it's still a scene. A sex
Right.
scene, is a sex scene. Even if you know, what I mean, like after the clothes are off and all the hot, sweaty, whatever, and they clip out and black out to something else, still technically a sex scene because it insinuates that the two characters had sex.
Right. So that's exactly what Katt said was in the script. However, what we just saw was what Katt convinced them to cut it down to.
Right.
That is what Katt said on Club Shay Shay. That is what they cut it down to. However, you can't cut something down that did not exist, right? So Ice Cubes, I would never, we don't, I would never sit and there was a rape scene in the Players Club, but we didn't even shoot that all the way. We left it to your imagination, the same way you left that scene to people's imagination.
So there's two things that's a possibility right now. There's a bunch of shit on the cutting room floor that's making that literal, or there's a Sharpie crossing out a couple of lines that says this is supposed to be a literal scene.
Yeah,
I believe Katt wholeheartedly. I believe Katt wholeheartedly on this one.
Is there? I mean, we just saw it. We just saw it.
I mean,
it literally looks like some jail shit. And it's real funny. No, it's real funny. Like every time I tell y'all people, men understand rape anytime jail is involved. So this is a jail scene. You know what I mean? Black men understand rape and the concept of rape only when it's put in a jail context. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
carefulness of it. Anyway,
you were one squeal away from being Deliverance. I mean, basically, it's the same. It's the same thing. Deliverance didn't show it. You knew what was going on, or did they?
I don't recall because I remember seeing Deliverance. Didn't they show it? Well, did they?
Well, I know he squealed like a pig.
Right. Because I remember from my film.
But
watched it. Yeah, good.
You know, that's crazy. That's yeah. I mean, what else would you get out of that scene? I don't know what he was talking about, what Ice Cube was talking about, because that's totally.
I'll tell you one thing: editing is a motherfucker. They set that shit up. The editing right there, the ominous music going on. It should sound like a horror horror movie. You know what I mean?
I mean, it was it was very well shot to present it to look like exactly what it was, a rape scene. So to hear Ice Cube out, you've seen my movies. I would never. I mean, yeah, there was one in the Players Club, but we didn't even shoot that one. We left it to your imagination. So for him to sit there going to this hypocrisy and how Katt Williams exposed the hypocrisy again, all of these black men know that the heat of the dresses, the heat of homosexuality, the heat of being gay is coming down on everybody. So what did Ice Cube do? He got away from the asshole. He said, I don't play with assholes. And then we look at that scene, and you were insinuating somebody was about to get at another man's asshole. A man was about to get at another man's asshole. So what are we talking about here?
Right. With all the emotions that are going around, like I said, you would have thought that one of them, as angry as they are, as bad as they want to prove that he's lying, not one of them have been able to do that. But we've been seeing countless pieces of evidence to support everything that he is saying. So why is there still a debate? Oh, people are debating with their emotions. People are debating with their feelings and their biases, and aren't just, I guess, honest enough to be able to say that. Like, listen, I like Katt, or whoever. I like Kevin, or I like Tiffany, or I like whoever, and that's it, y'all. I just can't see past that. Let me, because there's been a couple of times in my life I've had to do that. I'm like, you know what? I like this particular person. I know I'm probably not seeing it all the way, so.
Andrew Libra says, cut the volume and just watch the scene, not knowing what it was. It would look like a serious rape. And here's the thing, right? This is going to disturb people, but there is nothing. I am a writer. Thank you. There is nothing. I keep saying it. There is nothing that we write that doesn't have a tinge of who we are, what we think, or what we want. And sometimes we know we're not going to get that thing, so we write about it. Okay. There are many ways that Terry Crews could have been written in to terrorize a tiny Katt Williams without including sexual assault.
Right.
Many ways, many ways that they could have wrote a Terry Crews terrorizing a Katt Williams without introducing rape. But what did the writers choose?
Wait a minute. So wait. So at the end of the day, you are saying I guess we can say you're backing me up in some sorts that male rape by another man in the Black community is something that Black men fear often. Is that one of the main things that they fear?
I don't know if they fear it. I think they look at it as that makes you gay. I don't know if they fear it. You know what I mean? Unless they go to prison. Now, if they go to prison, I'm sure they fear it.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. It was put in a prison context.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be put in a prison context. It could have been put in another context.
I see what you're saying.
You dig what I'm saying?
And it wouldn't be put in another context because they associate male rape to prison.
Absolutely.
So you're right.
Absolutely.
Only, yeah.
Absolutely.
And it happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with younger males. Especially with younger males. Especially with younger males.
Like, look, listen, a lot of times brothers, like, look, it don't be the time that they fear. They fear what's going to happen when they go in, when niggas go to jail. Okay? Let's just call it what it is.
Scared me straight for sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's why we have programs and so on and so forth. They bring in motherfuckers that tell you what's going to happen when you're in the inside.
Listen, I don't know if I ever would have been a criminal, but the old advertisement of you go in there and you either fight or, you be giving it up was enough to keep me on the straight and narrow.
I mean, there's other positions to take, no saying that, not just those two. We'll talk later.
This is a family show. Behave yourselves.
I'm trying to help No Say out just in case he ends up in prison.
Warn me first before I leave the room, so I can leave the room, man.
Just grow your hair out. No saying, and wear the thong. We'll mail it to you. We'll mail you your beige thong.
It's just stop showering. You should be all right.
Yeah. So, Kevin Hart yesterday thought I guess it would be cute and funny to sit with 3 other men and try to crack jokes about Katt Williams. They landed flat, and I am not being biased. I was ready to laugh because I was like, oh, Kevin's there with 3 other dudes. This is about to be a roast. It was womp womp. He tried to say a couple things. It just fell flat. But Kevin he's not that guy. He's not the roast guy. He's not a battle comedian. Right. So I didn't expect that from him. But I did expect you're there with 3 other guys. You guys are about to go in. It didn't happen. It was corny.
Like the combined IQ of all of those motherfuckers in that room couldn't take on little Katt Williams.
That's crazy.
Right. So let's get into this article that Erin Haran DeMarco wrote. Mute your mics. I'm getting feedback. Is that Saint? Let's get to this article. And the article states, oh my God. That Rodriguez baseball player. Child, my life in the sunshine. So the article, penned by Haran DeMarco. Get some finger snaps. Hi, everybody who's in the room. Thank you for pulling up on Saturday night. Hit that like and subscribe. Mama, good to see you. Hi. Okay, so Haran DeMarco states, Katt Williams and the politics of Black trauma. For those in the know, Katt has been one of my favorite comedians of all time, a pure genius who unapologetically speaks from the center, I believe his interview speaks to a far more complex issue many of us aren't prepared to address. Blacks are expected to suffer in silence or critique in the dark when their opponent is Black, which is fundamentally ridiculous. For months, I've witnessed Blacks feverishly critique Jews, immigrants, whites, Asians, etc. The behavior is often championed and met with reward. Yet, when it's time to spotlight the transgressions in the community, when someone demands to share their truth, they are met with mixed responses. Monikers such as bitter and accusations of attacking a fellow brother run liberally. Unfortunately, by doing so, we succeed in proving we are the gatekeepers of our trauma, the peddlers of our poison. How often are you pressured indirectly or otherwise to protect the secrets of your family and or community to save face? Blacks are conditioned to support in public and critique in private. Yet we never seem to arrive at the juncture where we truly correct in the shadows. In fact, we are expected to enable in public, ignore in private, and accept inevitable feelings of resentment as normal. We cheer when the Illuminati is exposed, rally when our suspicions of a gay agenda are validated, and stand vindicated when our heroes point to the faces of those responsible for our perceived oppression. Yet we get real funny style when it's time to do a gut check. Blacks are not above being checked in public spaces. You do not have to endure financial, mental, physical, or emotional abuse from your Black family members in the name of solidarity. I implore you to abandon. Now you gotta wait. I implore you to abandon the notion that Blackness requires you to suffer in silence, particularly when your opposition looks like you. That shit was fucking amazing. And it needs a bigger platform. You guys need to go to Haran DeMarco's page and share that. I'll share it in my community section as well. Very, very poignant, very on point, very, I've never looked at it this way. But there were so many gems in here, and this is why tonight's topic is Katt Williams exposes Black trauma and hypocrisy. Give me 1 second, everybody.
So I did a video a couple of years ago asking a question, and the response was kind of interesting. And this article reminds me of the question that I put in that video. And I said, basically asking, if you're a part of a community, is there a way, any kind of way, to be able to like hold the community accountable by like just asking questions or wanting to help like elevate the community without it looking as though you're bashing the community? Because if I don't know if it's me, but it looks like anytime anybody, you could be from the community and say something and you're going to be bashed, and it's like, but I'm calling for elevation, like, and growth, and and then the responses, I got a lot of responses that said this: you can't, not in this day and time, because people's comprehension is so, you used the word the other day and I loved it, has become dogmatic. Because usually when you say dogmatic, for religion, but now it's just period. People are just dogmatic, period. And so if you say one thing, then you're expected to just stay on that straight and narrow path and not be a layered human being. It's very interesting.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's you're right. That's why I was shaking my head. No, it's if someone is dedicated to someone else or to a narrative, all they need is to be fed what their own confirmation bias is, and they're going to latch on to that. And anything you say that, hey, have you ever thought about this, is going to be rejected, because they're not looking to learn. They're looking to, if you want to call it tribal or whatever. But it's definitely, I see that at work all the time. Like, it just takes one documentary to one slanted documentary after another or whatever. But all it takes is one, and then that's what is regurgitated. So in this sense, if you are a I don't know, a Harvey fan or whatever, you're going to believe whatever things that are going to support what you already believe.
So let me, if I may, humbly and enduringly ask a question. Tribalism is one thing. Tribalism is expected. We all do it, right? However, what we're talking about is a little deeper. The article hits a little deeper. It is gatekeeping Black trauma. So is it safe to say, and I'm just asking a question here, the cult of Blackness is different than tribalism?
Yes.
It's cultish.
That's
It's exactly. No matter, it's cultish. It's like, no matter what you say is wrong here, we're going to keep doing it because this is what we believe in. Yeah, but Katt, he's hurt. He's exposing certain things because he wants people to know how he's being treated. No, he's being divisive and he's going against the Black code. And you're not supposed to do that. How does that help us? And people pick and choose, because when Steve Harvey sat his big mustached ass up there and said whatever he wanted to say, it was this, right? Ricky Smiley sat up there and said he wanted to say. Ice Cube is it. So it's like, it's very, you know what I'm saying? They pick who it is they want the leaders to be. That sounds cultish to me.
It is very cultish, and I'm glad a couple of people, I'm not shocked that those on this panel understood what I was saying. A couple of people, they didn't know what I was getting at, but you hit it on the head. That's cult behavior. That's cult shit. You know what I mean? Because when you allow yourself to be so drunk off of dogma and so, what's the word, extremist about your ideas, you push any space of critical thinking right out of the door. There's no space for critical thought, and critical thought creates gray areas. That's why it's called critical, because you sit there and you be like, wait, what if this situation happens? What if that situation happens? We're like, okay, well, this is not for the long run. This is not going to be very beneficial. So maybe we really need to really think that, really rethink this. No, dogma demands that we go straight down the fucking middle with this on our back, and anyone who questions it is against the movement, is against us. And that's not real life. That's not real life. And that's why you see people who are so extremist in their thinking, 9 times out of 10, they're used as weapons against other people.
Yeah.
They're used as weapons because they have no shell of critical thought with them.
Right. Yep.
And today is a happy anniversary to all the rednecks that ran up in the Capitol for justice.
Oh, we're here again. Okay. All right. Shout out to y'all. Make America great again.
Yeah. Today is January 6th. They done stole the country from us.
Took our chirps.
Oh, Bud Light. You drink Bud Light, Bob? Sometimes. What are you trying to say?
No,
just hold it.
There's a trainee drinking Bud Light. I'm not drinking no Bud Light.
That's not gay beer. Your beer is gay.
It's funny you say that, because I was having the conversation came up. I didn't bring it up, and they were talking, making fun of, the worst day in American history. So some people were talking about it, and then the whole narrative of it was like the police let them in, and it was like, and I was like, so I showed, and the Babbitt getting shot, and I so basically I showed the video. I said, yeah, when I go on a tour, I start bashing windows in. I said, that's what I do when I'm being let in. I just start destroying. It's just, but that's part of the thing that Haran's talking about, the cultish. Truth just doesn't matter. People don't want to hear the truth if they're in that mindset. They don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to.
Right, because damn, it's fucking interesting, man. Because in the conversations that I told you I've had, my question was always, when I'm speaking to people that are like, why did he do that? that divides us in the comedy industry. Why did he do that? Is, you know, it's bad enough. There's oppression, and why did he do that? And then someone else, I mean, he's divisive. And my question was, is what he said about Cedric true?
Is it true? That's always my question. Is it true?
You know,
And it's funny that the friends I was talking to didn't even consider what I asked. They're like, well, did you even consider what he said, how he felt violated? Or is the bigger thing, he can't go against us, which goes back to Haran's article. You should suffer in silence if the other person is black, but if he's white, we get the marching immediately.
Now, keep that in mind, that you were asking that simple question.
Simple
question. How many of us have actually sat there and asked these same simple questions to our mothers when we're having these discussions about trauma in the family? And your mom is over here, well, you got to understand, like, no, blah, blah, blah. No, why? Because answering that simple question, that leaves you open to surrendering to a much bigger discussion. Because guess what? If you say, yeah, he stole the joke, then you have to come to terms with the fact that you know deep down inside, he probably steals other jokes. And then you have to you have to face that maybe the guy really isn't as good as they try to portray him.
And remember, you're also his friend.
That's it. And that's why I'm saying the truth hits so hard, because the truth always demands accountability for all of us. There's times when I'm hit with a certain truth and I'm just like, oh shit. Like when he said, in terms of saying, you know, I can't, you know what I mean, recall the actual statement. I'm paraphrasing, of course, because it's so fucking brilliant. You know what I mean? He was essentially saying, you know, you entertaining losers is not in your character. And when he said that to Shannon,
your unnatural allegiance to losers.
Exactly, your natural allegiance to losers. And when he said that to him, it hit me in the chest, because like, oh man, I got shrapnel on me now, man, because I've done that. I've done
However, I do think that whether it's because he got lost or not, he does have a natural allegiance to fucking losers, because he defended him at every turn, that is an allegiance, hence an allegiance. He defended come on, Katt. Come on, Katt. He wasn't that bad, Katt.
That was so bad. I don't watch him much, and
he had an allegiance.
I ain't gonna lie, man. If I was right there in front of him and Katt said that shit to me, I'd have been like, this interview's over. Get out. Get out.
And it will not air.
I told you to come down here and tell me the truth, man.
It will not air. And then the other thing, Jen, if you answer that one question about that one person, like, it is what he said about this person true? If you get the person to answer that one question, then you can go down the line. What about this? And what about this person? Okay, so then what's your issue? What's your real issue? Because if we can establish that he has, because we still ain't got any proof about him lying, but we've gotten other people. He just did the interview and went on about his day. Other people have come through and provided all of the evidence to support his thing. So what the problem seems more emotional and not fact-based. I mean, everyone does everything with their emotions now. Like the brain is not even, it's just like an afterthought at this point.
I mean,
you Jack said horrible impression of Shannon. Oh, let me do it again then. Come on, Katt. I'm not supposed to know they were lying. Come on. Oh, come on, Katt. You about to get me canceled, Katt. Oh, come on, Katt.
It's the gosh darn it swing. It's the gosh darn it swing that gets me.
Right.
Come on, like he bounces around in his chair. Come on, Katt. I'm gonna take your drink from you, Katt. You gonna get me in trouble, Katt. Katt, you gonna get me in trouble, Katt.
Green Mile 2 starring Shannon Sharpe.
Might as well. But seriously, You could switch both of those motherfuckers. You could have switched him in the goddamn movie, and nobody would make a motherfucking bat an eye. They wouldn't be able to tell the fucking.
But between him and Tabitha Brown, oh my god,
baby,
They carry the movie. They can just do the whole movie themselves.
Babies, I use this milkshake to lose some weight.
That shit is very. It's kind of creepy. How just so inviting she is on every fucking, video. It's just like, ugh. And I tend to like Southern women and their accents, but her shit is kind of like.
I love Southern accents. I don't like plantation accents.
There you go. The plantation.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
And then like some of them, like the Phaedra Park ones too, can kind of work me too. Even like the nice, nasty, shady.
Oh yeah, she's funny. She's like a cartoon. Phaedra's like a cartoon.
Yes. I call her an emoji board because her facial expressions. She could do a whole season with just facial expressions.
Mm-hmm.
What lady are you saying?
Here it is. Oh, go ahead, player. It's not working. You're too cute. Look at you trying to shoot your shot, nigga.
I ain't mad at him.
He's shooting with blanks.
He tried though, Jan.
Anyway. So going back to this, I think I want to ask the white guy. I want to ask our resident white guy.
Answer for white people. What do white people think?
Answer white because
I'm gonna do my best impression of Shannon Sharp.
The big eyes.
Come on, Katt. It's big in Latin homes. It's big in Black homes. You are not to speak of the pedophile uncle outside of these doors. You just when he comes over to visit, watch the kids or our crackhead relatives. I had the crackhead cousin, right? Look, listen, such and such is coming over. Put your jewelry up. That is what we do, right? And we are not to speak about it outside the door. Seriously, we're not to speak about it. So in white families, is it a big deal, No Saint, that you don't speak of family business to anyone outside? And I mean serious, like if you found out Uncle Tommy was touchy, with the nieces and the nephews or whatever, are you not to speak about it? Are you sworn to silence and secrecy? Or betray the family?
No. I mean, one thing from listening. I mean, listen. We had my older sister's ex-husband that molested his stepdaughter, right? So she was 6 or 7. So that's pedophilia, right? I mean, pedophilia and molestation. And it was never like something. Yeah. So no. First of all, those people usually get brought to justice, right? There's no hiding it. As far as I know, now I don't know. Maybe some people do hide it, but no, there's no like written code, because that's just, it doesn't make sense, because then you're opening up other people to get that behavior that didn't get the word, right? I mean, so I would say in general, no, but I mean, is it possible that it happens? I'm sure it does. I'm sure some people are hiding it.
So let me.
Culturally, it's not like.
But and it's also situational, right? Because you gotta. I mean, if so and so that's doing the thing. I mean, I see where, because you see it on TV, especially in some of those on the ID network, where you'll find where if there's a lot to lose. If you get rid of that person, then it's more likely to be hidden. Like if the person's bringing in the finances, it's more likely, well, we can't screw this up, So, I mean, there's that as well.
Today I saw a video. I don't know if you guys saw it. I shared it in the chat. It was Aries Spears. He dragged his very ashy skin and both black eyes on camera to drag Katt Williams, or attempt to do so, and it was a very long diatribe of bullshit. but I'm going to give you the cliff notes real quick. Essentially, one of the things that really, this is the most desperate part of the video, was when he began to say, well, his interview was pointless because it'll change nothing. These men will go on and live their lives as rich men. He didn't cure cancer. He didn't do blah blah blah, so on and so forth, or whatever it is, what have you. Now here's the irony of it. Okay, we're very clear that yes, okay, let's entertain this. That no, this won't change things. No, he's not curing cancer. No, he's not creating a seismic shift in culture by creating this, sitting down with Shannon. But let's look at it at another way. What's going to happen after the Illuminati has been fucking exposed for the 18th time by Kanye West? Kanye, by all extents and purposes, is a fucking snitch. He's snitching. It just so happens that his information that he's disclosing for the Black community, we can use it. Kyrie Irving is a snitch. Any Black person who absolutely exposed the corporate power structure or the powers that be is snitching. But it's their snitches to our fucking benefit. So I say all this to say, all of this information that's being disclosed by a number of people, a number of conspiracy theorists, it doesn't change things either. But we have no issue with it. It's only we only have these conversations when we're exposing other Black people. Like, you can't expose other Black people for bullshit. You're going against the laws of the culture. And I'll let y'all speak on that.
And you know what? I got another thing too. Like, I noticed something, and a lot of these things, when we see the internet, the Black internet, uproar and start to like defend something, there's two things, because I'm looking at what they're actually defending, and what they're actually defending is mediocrity over actual excellence. Like someone who is in love with the craft, they love what they do, they're fighting for the arts. And a lot of what Katt was saying was, we've allowed all of these hacks to get in. We've been flooded with a industry full of hacks, and I wonder why shit's not funny. This is why.
Yeah, I'll say.
So the two things that I see us defending the most, I'm about to land a plane here, no saying. The two things I see us defend the most is mediocrity and degeneracy.
I'll say this. I think that's just, it's not just in the arts, it's in everyday business. Because to keep up with Katt Williams means you're going to have to put a lot more effort and work into what you're doing. And most people don't want to. Most people want the status quo, and they want to be able to ride the wave without having to work as hard. So yeah, that's kind of the world you live in. When Haran talks about the alphas or the top, we live in a world, and I think Haran will agree, we live in a world where the majority of the people in the world, if we lived in a different time, wouldn't survive. I mean, that's just the bottom line.
No, we wouldn't.
And Katt is one of those guys that would survive in another time period, because he's got it together. He puts the effort in. He's got that drive. But most people don't. Most people just want to ride the mediocrity.
And
Right.
I think that's the byproduct of great men in all facets of life, creating the world that we live in, whether it be captains of industry, whether it be through entertainment, politics, so on and so forth. The world that they all shape and help to cultivate, when it's passed down, it's like a $500 million fortune. You know what I mean? When it's passed down, the progeny won't necessarily really connect fully with the struggle that it took to get the fortune. This comedic platform that we have now, it was built off the backs of Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, to some extent, not even some extent, Bill Cosby, a number of greats. We can go on and on. they are having this platform. Now, on this platform, we have Just Hilarious. We have like 20 Just Hilariouses and one Dave Chappelle, like 30 fucking, you know what I mean, other YouTube, you know what I mean, YouTube car comedians. And you get Williams. So the ratio is different. So of course there's going to be an issue.
So I just listened to the 911 call that someone said, I think Off Code was it, said he held a 17-year-old boy against his will in his house. The details is still shady. I just heard the whole 911 call. The boy was with someone else. They were allegedly living in his guest house, Katt Williams' guest house. That boy and somebody else, which is not hard to believe because, you know, Katt Williams is adopting people and taking care of people. I don't know the full details, but this was back in 2009. And the boy called 911 and was like, oh, I want to leave. We got a flight to catch and he's not letting us out. Allegedly, they took something from him. So I don't know what the details of this are, but just hearing he held a 17-year-old boy against his will in the closet sounds like some pedo shit. Sounds like, so I would wait to get all the details before I get into this, because if I tell you, yo, that girl held a 17-year-old boy, you're going to jump to, if you're the type to judge off of one sentence, you're going to jump to, oh, then why? I want to hear the whole details. You know me, I have a very prosecutorial brain. I need fucking details from both sides. When, where, why, who are you? What is he to him? Why didn't he want you to leave the house? I need details. I need more than, oh, he held a 17-year-old boy in a closet. I need more than that. That's how I do shit.
And yeah, stuff like that actually happens quite often to celebrities for the reason that people try to steal from them. Like, I've heard this story a lot of times. Not just celebrities, but people who are known to have money. So like
Rosario, that happened to Rosario Dawson and her mom. There was this whole big thing. A guy was living in their guest house, taking care of the grounds or whatever. 911 was called and all of that. So this was 2009. But it's interesting because this goes back to Katt Williams exposes Black trauma and hypocrisy. Let's say, worst case scenario, he's holding a 17-year-old boy against his will and then in the closet. Why are we talking about it now?
And
because he's calling out other people.
No, don't do that, because then you just basically, again, you just open another box of hypocrisy. Because
it's opening.
I hope you brothers, when the next time a female jumps up and said that this nigga raped me 20 years ago, I hope you're just as inviting. And next time, you know, a black person is actually, I don't know, a victim of police brutality, and they bring up, you know what I mean, that, oh yeah, he stole a fucking bag of Snickers bars from the local bodega when he was 10 years old. I hope you're open to that. I hope you're open to that. Because you just did what you accuse white people of doing. You know what I mean? You just did what you accuse, you know, women of doing. And you know why you did it? Because it was something you could use in your favor. And you as a human being saw something that you could exploit, and you took full advantage of it. You're just as much a fucking piece of shit that you're claiming the other side is. And that is the point that I often make to people. There are no Shiites, Muslims, and Republicans, Democrats. No, there are just aligned interests and misaligned interests. That's it. All that fucking side shit is bullshit.
It's bullshit. Right. Illusion.
Right. So it's you know, I just find it, the timing is always interesting. Everybody, you know, I mean, it's expected though, because here's the thing. He really did destroy the whole comedy world. He did. He called all the heroes out, right? He pulled the cape. He was like, this is who they really are, right? They're mad, right? And they're mad because they're not as talented and he is. And I'm just calling it how it's black and white. If they were as talented, okay, they would have dragged his ass. They would have dragged him. They would have been like, oh yeah, now it's a party, right? It's a battle, you know. None of them are able to do that. So it's like, let's look to see what happened in his past. Oh, the 17-year-old boy. What are the details of that boy? Why was he and a friend living in a guest house? Why did they want to leave? And Katt say, y'all not leaving.
And why talk about it now?
You know what it reminds me of?
I seriously want to know. I want to know.
You know what it reminds me of? Y'all recall this if y'all were in New York. Of course you were at this time. Remember that those string of years when Jay would just kept fucking with Nas? You just kept fucking with him and thought that, he about to just dead this nigga. He about to be the king of New York, and Nas's whole career was on the line. And then boom, that one night that nigga dropped Ether, and the whole fucking city went quiet. And even Jay, Bleak, all of them, Bleak called up, was like, yo, son, he got us. They had nothing. So after that, it was either, all right, either we go at this nigga or we just call it truce. Because when you really awaken genius and it gets up, you get reminded why, oh yeah, that's why he's that nigga. Mm-hmm. That's why he's that nigga. So it's either you kiss the ring or you're gonna have an even bigger problem. And smarter people say, you know what? It's better to just do business with this motherfucker. Because we ain't got the ammo. We just ain't got the ammo. So we just gotta, he's the bigger fish, fuck it. You know what I mean? So this is what this feels like. This is exactly what this feels like. Y'all been fucking with Katt for a very long time with your little snide remarks and blah, 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 because you thought little man wasn't going to say shit. But when he came out there swinging on some I don't give a fuck shit, you realize that, oh, you really ain't got nothing for the nigga, because you know deep down inside you're not as funny as him. You're nowhere nearly as talented, swift with the thinking. You just don't have it. So now you got to go find some shit with some kid getting tied up in a fucking basement on some Rick James shit. You know what I mean? To vindicate yourself or whatever the fuck it is that you're doing. I don't know. I don't know the story. You know what I mean? So you have to just, it's desperation. You ever seen a nigga in a desperate attempt to fight back when he's losing in a street fight? We all seen that shit. He's just shooting at air. And the other guys just dodging after a while.
They all punch in the air at this point.
That's exactly what
no one's hitting.
Yeah. You know what also, thinking back to the interview, what made me, how you can tell that what he's saying when he's saying that, some of these other comedians are lazy or they're stealing and things like that, is the fact that the people he spoke well about were at the top of their game. Prince, D.L. Hughley. These are all hard-working people at the top 1% of their game. He's not knocking those guys down. So if he's trying to knock people down out of jealousy, why wouldn't he take the top people down, right? No, he's not doing that. He's taking the people that were kind of, like I never liked Chris Tucker's movies. I always thought they were goofy. The one with the Chan, the actor, I forgot what the name is. Yeah, I always thought, God, man, he looks goofy. Like, it just looks Stephen Fetchit kind of, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I was just like, never liked that. Never liked Kevin Hart stuff. So, but my point was, the original point was that's how there was a ring of truth to it, is that he gave people credit, and the people he gave credit were normally at the top of their game. Like you could see it plain as day. Prince wrote, I don't know how many songs that never made the radio that people kind of like. You go listen to them, like, why didn't he put that out? So yeah, it's just another thing.
And another thing, Ari said one thing too that was really. He gave Kevin Hart props. He was talking about how Kevin Hart, respect the rank and so on and so forth. He was kind of in that space. I was like, wow, your energy is real different, Aries, because I remember like a couple of years straight, you was on Kevin Hart's neck. Mm-hmm. He don't write his own shit. You weren't really respecting the rank and respecting the fact that he's selling out, blah blah blah. Worldwide. You were still on his neck, but conveniently. Now you're respecting the rank. Okay. I just thought that was a very funny thing.
But it's funny because the same thing that you said, No Saint, happens with me as well. Like, I'll sit up here and I'll praise Oprah and Gayle King and what they've done, and Robert Smith and Don Peebles. And I'm like, these people, they're Black and they're doing it. They're their lead, and attorney Kevin Kelly, who's a restaurateur and a club. And I'm just like, and the moment I fucking say that, give me somebody that I can't stand, somebody Black I fucking can't stand. Who? Give me
any name,
any name. Any name. Oh, you're racist. She's racist. She talking about people. Okay, you dumb bitch. So you didn't hear everybody else that I praised. And it was the same thing that happened with Katt Williams. He's praising women. He brought 26 women on tour with him. He's praising the young up-and-coming comedians, the Just Hilarious, the DC Youngfly, the Dave Chappelle's, the Prince. Y'all didn't hear none of that. What y'all heard was him critique some joke stealers and some lazy-ass fucking comedians with some ugly light-skinned wives. That's all you heard.
It is.
Nicole Murphy's not ugly. I just got to put that out there.
She's funny looking.
Say she's not funny looking.
She's funny looking.
Anyway.
And now she's even worse. She look like an old white lady holding on to her looks.
That's not what we're talking about right now, okay?
No, because you're talking about her from the neck down. That's why. I actually look at people's faces around.
Okay, look, listen. We'll talk out behind the scenes about that.
Lily! She's funny looking, Lily.
I like Nicole. I like Nicole.
You also said she's androgynous.
She needs to lay off the Botox. She needs to lay off the Botox.
And you agreed with me. And I said I thought Eddie Murphy got her because he's into transgender women.
Right. Because honestly, that's
and I thought that was his way of getting close to transgender women without being the transgender woman out.
She's always a very nice looking woman. Yes. Yeah, she's always been fine. Yes. Now the rest of them, there's an argument for that funny looking shit. You know, I mean, I saw a couple of smush noses, very, very weird jawlines. Yes, particularly Steve Harvey's wife. I don't think Steve Harvey's wife is the bomb like that. I don't see it. She
has a long horse face. Let me tell you something. I don't even think you were a bigger fan of Nicole Murphy than I was. I was obsessed. Obsessed with some Nikki Murphy. I followed everything she fucking did. Okay,
yeah, baby. Yeah.
I had her fucking picture in my damn phone. Okay, in my gallery.
Right? It's a beautiful woman.
Yes, absolutely. Now, no.
Oh.
No,
I'm
doing the work has been like inside
with this one. I just looked her up.
Here's the thing.
Did you look her up? Thank you, No Saint.
Anyway, listen, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to do this because.
But I used to be obsessed with Nikki. Obsessed.
Bad chicks live in their own space of sexual market value. Okay. Listen, Halle Berry she's approaching 60. Okay. Is she the Halle Berry of when she was 30 or 25? Absolutely not. However, the Halle of damn near 60 is still 10 times better than the average woman at her fucking peak, especially nowadays. These broads got hair under their chin. They got six stomachs. The obesity is championed. It's a race to the bottom.
Just for that, I'm gonna take the hair out from under my chin and put it in your sandwich next time I see you. Now let me get back to Nikki Murphy. From
the women over 40 are gonna have hair on their chin. Okay,
you're damn right. Okay, so Nikki Murphy.
Jennifer, Janicia, you do not have hair on your fucking chin.
Did you call me Jennifer? You're about to get cut.
Jen, you do not have fucking hair on your chin.
Just about every woman gets hair on their chin after 40. I'm telling you. I used to make up for a living.
What was it, a blackhead with a fucking...
No, because remember, it's the biological thing. Women turn into men and men turn into women.
That's not what we're talking about when men
That's
say
what we're talking about.
We're talking about this shit that goes across your fucking upper lip.
No, I don't got that. But back to Nikki Murphy. From the neck down, she's a goddess.
Absolutely.
We all can agree on that.
She's an alien. She is a goddess from the neck down. She's a fucking anomaly. The ass is real. The tits are fake, but the ass is real. She's a fucking Amazon.
Yes,
However, from the neck up, she looked like an old white teacher. She looked like when the chickens are born and they come out the egg and they still wet. That's what her face looks like, Haran.
Currently,
we can agree on that.
I said currently that she went too hard with the Botox. I've said that.
And she hasn't done her lips, so she got this thin. She looks like a teacher like this right now.
Why do teachers have thin lips? Because my teachers used to have thin lips. What is up with that?
She has this Asian thing going on now. She's
it's like and a lot of them chicks that are half white, they start morphing as they get older. People forget she's half white.
Well, Lotto's doing it early. She's doing the morph thing in her 20s.
Remind me of my PE teacher back in elementary school.
I'm accepting the Nikki Murphy slander today. However, she's amazing from the neck down. To have a gang of kids, she's amazing.
Oh yeah, like 5,
yes,
right?
Yes, you Jax, you're absolutely right. We say it on the show. As women age, they lose estrogen and testosterone slowly takes over. And the flip side is true with men.
Why nobody talks about the flip side, Haran? Why nobody talks
about the flip side right now? As men age, we lose testosterone and estrogen takes over. And this is why I keep telling you motherfuckers, eat your steak, eat your eggs, go get some shit. Don't listen to these fucking crazy whacked out liberals trying to shove soy milk in front of your fucking face. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and all of your health and oh no, you don't like what is it? Water milk or no. What is it? Walnut milk? Whatever the fuck it is called. Almond milk. Whatever the fuck that shit is called. You know what I mean? Anybody gives you anything that says almond milk, you get whatever you deserve whatever you get when you drink some shit like that.
Actually, almond milk has a lot of bad chemicals in it too.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. It's like
have you ever seen almonds produce milk? It just doesn't equate to me. Like,
I didn't know they had breasts.
Well, honestly,
I got into a bit of a debate with a guy. He offered me some fucking some soy milk one day, and I looked at him. I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" He was like, "No, it's soy milk." I was like, "No, I'm
okay." So you can get milk out of almond milk. You can make almond milk.
I was just about to say my girlfriend makes it straight like herself.
Yeah, I would not recommend buying it in a container.
If you want to be a man, don't drink almonds that produce milk.
No silk.
Okay, no, don't drink these things. You know what I mean? Eat eggs. Eat at least 3 or 4 eggs a day.
I cut through eggs.
Best eggs are when you have your own chickens, though.
True.
You can tell the difference, man.
Yes. Those free range eggs. You know what I mean? Yes, absolutely. And eat your red meat. Men should die eating meat. I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
Because and I'm gonna tell you, these days, you all men, like I did a video on this too.
Pause.
I mean, the estrogen, it's literally the average American diet is a very high estrogen diet. For if you're eating like the average American, you got to do your research. It is very high in estrogen. That's why when I'm out on my walks now, I'm seeing these teenage boys with women's breasts, not man boobs, but they look like women's breasts. And hips and all that other stuff. So, seriously, y'all need to really. That's not nothing to play with.
Man.
So the mermaid had a baby boy.
What?
So she finally got honest. What was the dish? What was the tea for even hiding it this long?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Ricky Smiley
was crying.
Yeah. He was crying.
Okay, so let's look at him cry because I want to see.
Speaking of estrogen.
Yo. and I want to play for you Kevin's attempt at a clap back. I was like, Kevin, come now. Come now, Kevin, come on. We know this isn't your thing, and that's okay.
Has to be more careful.
Let's see what Ricky Smiley's crying about. Well, he is older, so he probably got the estrogen kicking in, so we got to give him a little pass.
I mean, look, and he plays a woman. He portrays a woman from time to time, and yes, he's an older gentleman. So
there you go, very in touch with his feminine side. Nothing wrong with that.
Girl.
Hey man, can I get you anything? Can I get you water or something, man?
No,
okay, all right. Yeah. Can I give you a minute? Thank you. You sure? Okay. Yeah.
No, say if you wanted water.
That would damn sure be no same. Like, hey man,
yes, it would.
Yeah, man. Hey,
okay, man?
Haran, I was just thinking, Haran, we need to do a skit where I'm in the background like, man, can I get some water, man?
Listen. I don't know what happened, but look, man, this is me. I'm not posting no video of me breaking down like an independent black woman who don't need no man who rent late. I'm just not doing that shit. Okay? I'm not doing that shit. That shit remind me of, yo, y'all remember that episode of when Florida, broke down in the middle because, James died and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Then she was in the kitchen. She was like, damn.
Where are we all like? that scene was like, it just came out of nowhere. I was traumatized by that scene. I was like, oh my God, I watch these sitcoms to laugh. What is happening? So I don't know. I see a lot of what's the word? What do you call it?
Deflection. Deflection.
When people are performing, I see a lot of it's a P word. I forgot what it is.
Performative.
Yes. There you go. Very, very performative. So let's listen to Kevin Hart's attempt at some clapbacks. By the way, Ricky Smiley is they say mourning his son's death, the anniversary of his son's death. There's a couple of comedians online mourning their son's death this month, which is interesting.
Listen, real quick before you go, okay, that's fine. I don't have a problem with him crying about his son's death, but why does he set the camera up and I don't know what he's putting salt in a drink? I don't know what he's doing for like 10 minutes before he cries. I mean, that to me is what I was like, come on, dude, I got, I don't have that much time to live and you're wasting my time stirring your freaking salt in your drink. I mean, but no, I mean, crying for your son's one thing, but you don't have to, to put it on video.
Right. It's performative. It's performative. Yes. So let's see what Kevin Hart.
Like no sense say, would you just set the camera up? Like how did the camera get there? Like what was going on? Like what are we doing?
No, Lord Almighty. What is this country? Oof.
Right. Okay.
New York Knicks. I don't know if you guys know this, but Katt Williams bought the Knicks.
He definitely bought it.
He bought the Knicks, and it's rumored that he took the Knicks back, returned them with a receipt.
You could do that. You didn't know you could do that.
The first person ever did.
Yeah. Oh, they gave him a 30-day policy.
He bought them for 15 days
and returned them.
Yeah. So another fun fact about the New York Knicks.
He made the team.
He played.
He played. Oh, he
played. He played with the Knicks. He played with them.
We know he fast. They say he fast.
Yeah,
he run a
one of the fastest.
A 3.9. Oh, yeah.
What you saying? What?
A sub 3.9.
He figured out how to play basketball from reading all them books.
3,000 of them.
3,000 a year.
A year.
And that's 2 a day. At 6 years old.
That's 2 a day. Who knew he was so big?
Smartest kid to ever do it. They kept it a secret for 48 years. Yeah. They kept it a secret. It just dropped on it.
Well, he was hitchhiking on the side of the street at 13. Yeah. So they couldn't find it.
Speaking of which, Kev, you've had a busy week.
Yeah.
A tough one.
Yeah, real busy week. A real busy one.
Okay. Oh, John Morant coming in
to the Lakers.
Okay.
Another known fact, Katt dropped him off.
Oh, wow.
Katt just dropped John Morant.
He gave him a ride.
In a spaceship.
Okay.
In a spaceship. Copy that? Spaceship that he parallel parked.
The known fact, Katt Williams has a NBA basketball court in his living room. He's the first to ever really New York Knicks.
Okay, so look at the comments. The comments say, just so we're clear, I never found him funny. He ain't been funny since he left his ex-wife. But he didn't call Katt a liar once. He's calling Katt Williams broke instead of saying he's a liar. That's very telling. You know you hurt when you need other people to help you talk about one man. Fat phase on lie. Kevin, baby, laughing out loud. Just go take this L in silence. Shit was corny, not funny at all. Thank you again for letting us know you're guilty, Kevin. So, the sentiment is, take the L. That's another thing I noticed. These guys are not taking the L. I wrote on my Facebook, being a man is not just celebrating your wins and announcing your wins, but also being able to accept and take an L, right? And speak about it and work your way through it. These guys, they're so pompous and so obnoxious and such big jerks. Okay, so self-righteous. They refuse to take this L and just talk about it, right? Be like, my bad. Now, Ricky Smiley, he tried to do that, right? He was like, no, I wish him the best, blah blah. And you know what I mean? He's the only one that went that route, right? The other ones are not budging because, again, these are the cool kids and they don't want to lose.
You know what's ironic about that is that if you can sit there with people get uptight about saying they're wrong or saying they were in the wrong or taking the L, and and when they do that, they end up getting more eyeballs on them, more scrutiny than if you just go ahead and say, hey, I was wrong. It's so much. People think it's hard to say you're wrong. Actually, it's easier to say you're wrong because then it shows you're humble. You have more thought. Maybe you thought about it and said, you know what, you're right. It's much better to say you're wrong than to try to defend a point that everybody already is looking with scrutiny and saying, he's lying. So yeah, I think that's funny.
Well, I would say that a lot of things are easy if the person is ready to do the work.
Right. That's what I'm
not ready to do the fucking work, and shit gonna be easy because you're constantly in battle with yourself. In Kevin's defense, though, I mean, 80% of the Katt jokes he probably had that probably would have landed. It probably would have been kind of funny because y'all both are pretty much the same height. So 80% of them short jokes probably you couldn't even fucking use and shit like that. The only thing you could probably say is the nigga broke. And I don't think he's that broke.
Right.
I really don't think he's that broke. You know what I
mean? Whatever
he
got out
the weakest was Faison Love's, response. I mean,
that was terrible.
That was his shit was just like, again, that motherfucker, he could at least cut his beard, did a shape up of something.
That was terrible. Are you talking about the one where he was like, he's overrated? He's overrated.
Oh, another one.
There's another one.
The one where he was struggling to breathe. That one when he was struggling to breathe.
Yes, I remember. That's the shit that I had to tell y'all about. Yes, thank you for reminding me. Yo, he went as low as to say that Katt Williams was giving up ass when he was riding those tractor trailers. When he was on his way to Miami, he got fucked.
So just make up shit.
Just making up shit. And I was just like, that's how low you gonna go with it, bro? Is this how low you gonna go with it? It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. Honestly, at the end of the day, this is what I feel. I don't think anybody should have just said shit.
They would have been better off.
I don't think any of these motherfuckers should have said shit because nobody has anything of value to say, and no one's calling them a liar.
Not one. Not
I'm just
one.
saying the obvious. Yeah, you got less money than these people that you're attacking, or blah blah blah, or quote unquote the lie that you're not relevant. Katt Williams always been relevant. Katt always been relevant.
How you doing, King Made Music in the building, pulling up to the block. How you doing, sir? Hope you are well. Happy New Year. What I don't understand is but it goes back to what you said, Haran, about black men and low self-esteem. But I'm like, they're all clapping back with, I got more money than you.
That's a low self-esteem clapback right there. It's it's the same one as like my outfit costs more than that, all of that whole thing that screams low self-esteem in my opinion.
D.L. Hughley.
This is rap. I bring my watches on my private plane. I pull up the Lamborghini. Fast and Furious gives me checks to work.
D.L. Hughley was on Vlad, and he said something.
I like his comedy. He's cool.
And he said something that is going to bring to the point that I'm making right now. He was Vlad wanted to talk about Monique, and DL was like, I don't want to fucking talk about this shit. And, Vlad was like, no, I just want to say it, and you don't have to respond. You know how Vlad is. He just needs to press the interview. So, DL just gave him the space to do it. But DL basically said, like, look, at the end of the day, he was speaking on himself. Like, you can say all the things that you want, and you come after, my success or whatever I've done. But he was basically saying that this is who, he was speaking on himself as a man, a person of character. And far too often, brothers like to lean on, I got more money, I got more this, I got more that. But who are you as a man?
Like, why don't they see that that's what we're looking at? Unless they only care about the people that are worshiping them, I guess, because they got money. Because the rest of us are looking at them like, you're stupid, though.
This is where the lack of self-esteem comes in, because
it's corny.
I'm just calling it what it is. And the red pill community is, they support this idea. They don't tell you to go out there and find out who you are. They tell you to go out there and create this air of success so you can replace the fact that you don't know who the fuck you are.
That's it.
That you have no character as a man. So to replace that big old fucking hole, oh, I'm worth $5 million. Oh, I'm covered in women. I'm covered in this. Yeah, but who are you as a fucking man? Do you get the phone call at 3 a.m. when shit goes wrong? Do motherfuckers trust their intimate, darkest fucking secrets with you? Are you that guy?
Are women around you because they want to be around a man, or they just, bitch, you could get me some red bottoms?
And that's it. That's it. That's, for me, that's the true measure of a man. Because at the end of the day, those are the guys. And when I say the foxhole, I really mean metaphorically. But those are the guys that I would love that I want to be in a fucking foxhole with, regardless of anything. Even though I make my joke, but those are the type of men that I want to stand by when we're going when we're going up against something.
And you notice, like, all these, like the YouTubers with their new money, they all act like low-level celebrities, and that's what always flies out of their mouth. I got cars, I got this, I make this amount of money. You're new money and you're a little punk, and as soon as you get demonetized, when you get demonetized by YouTube, you get to crying.
Lil Tay. Lil Tay. Lil Tay, is that her name?
They get Lil Tay. They all get Lil Tay.
Yeah, just ridiculous. And I'm like, get the crying. Like little man bitches that we got demonetized.
Right. At this point, I think it's from a grown-ass man.
Because at the end of the day, that brand was all you had to keep me from having to look in the mirror. One day it's going to be over for all these guys. And the only thing they're going to be left with is those clips, the shit that they looked at, all that. Because, no matter who you are, man, and this is for the people who've ever been near death. If you've ever been near death, you'll understand what I'm about to tell you. There comes a time that if you have enough sense to understand that in a few moments you might die, or tomorrow you might die, you are looking up into the sky or the ceiling, and you're literally looking at your life and just flipping through the pages and asking yourself, what did I really stand on?
Mhm.
What am I really leaving behind? Look, listen, I'm going on my path in terms of building my own brand and monetizing my music because I don't want to leave this earth being some guy who had a 6-figure career in tech, made a whole bunch of white people money, and fucked some chicks. That's not a legacy for me. That's not a legacy. I want to leave being a good father, a great artist, and someone who left behind something that maybe can inspire other people to live, a better life and go on and do something with themselves and maybe even create something bigger than I left. To me, that's a legacy. That's important. That pushes the paradigm.
And I just want to say that to do what Ludacris did and to do what people that refer to, look how much money I have and look how, is really to do a disservice to the people in the Black community. And I'm going to speak just as an observant. You can correct me if I'm wrong, because yeah, they made it and they have all this money, but the example you're presenting to the people that aren't in that tax bracket, that haven't made it, that are struggling, is that is the end all be all, is to flaunt it, right? To flaunt it. And what happens in the white community? The white community say, man, he's got a really nice car, but he lives over in the projects, or he's got all these great clothes, but he has no savings, the things that really are going to build generational wealth, right? So I just think it's a bad thing to do for celebrities to act like that's the end goal, is to flaunt it all, to say, hey, I got this, I got that, because it's an example. They shouldn't be role models, but they are role models. Like, that's just the truth.
But that's why the tables are turning now.
I was just about to say, and this is very telling where their priorities lie. His priorities lie in protecting the craft, protecting the arts, and their priority is making money, and it shows. That's why it's when you put profit first, and that's why everything is fucking garbage now, because everything is about profit. No one cares about shit. Like, everything's about profit. So when you put that first,
and then it's funny, Lily, too, the way they flaunt their lives, and all them guys have been in so many scandals. It's like, you're not happy, bitch. You got caught out here in Vegas humping your little 5'5" ass on some fucking hooker out here. Your wife, Sodi, whatever the fuck, the fake doctor, Ludacris's wife, was banging down the door in a dressing room because you was boning some bitch. Y'all are not happy. Money and all and everything. Y'all have so many fucking problems. So it's stupid. But you're right, no, saying like to flaunt that. That's why I asked the question the other day. Who are you flaunting to? You're not flaunting to the Arabs. You're not flaunting to real estate, and I'm talking about Black people. You're not flaunting to the Black real estate moguls who are worth $1 billion. You're not. Who are you flaunting to? You're only flaunting to people that have less than you. And this is why I am proud to say, with the exception of Babyface, I am proud to say I haven't put dime one in the pocket of any of these motherfuckers that brag about money. Not a Beyonce, not a Jennifer Lopez, not a Jay-Z. Not one fucking album have I ever bought, because you're not going to be talking about my money on a fucking rap track. You're not going to do it.
You're not going to be calling me broke. You ain't going to take my money and call me broke. Oh, that's
right.
Well, Kenny's a genius, so.
But he ain't never called Jim broke. He's never called Jim broke.
Right, exactly. So it's just, that's kind of par for the course.
He just said, I'll pay your rent.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll cook your dinner too. As soon as I get home from work,
let me tell you something about money, man. When you're from the mud, that shit is so fucking attractive, man. Money. Because you think about all the things that, oh man, like I could have this amazing life, and you know what I mean? Because you don't have it. You know what I mean? You win hand-me-downs and shit like that. You don't fucking have this shit. Now, when you actually are putting yourself in a position where you get money, and then you're putting in a room full of people who are getting more money than you, and you're not really happy, and you're saying they're not really fucking happy, then you got to ask yourself, then what the fuck? Like, if I'm making this kind of money and they're making 10 times the amount, then what is this really about, man? What's this
They
really
even got.
about?
I saw Dan Bilzerian not too long ago. Dan Bilzerian. He was like, I don't even care about any of this anymore. My best times now is hanging out with my boys and just hanging out with people I care about. I was like, oh, are you done, Dan? Are you done? Are you done acting, running around like a fucking man child? Look at me, I got guns and bitches. Are you done?
He does have that. He has that washed look now. He does have
Yeah, he
that.
does. He does.
He does.
And it's fine because he caught some shit he can't get rid of.
Yeah, he's got that punch drunk, washed up uncle look now, where it's just like all I have are the war stories.
Dan Bilzerian.
You know what's really funny? As I get older, I realize how much Al Bundy was a fucking philosopher when he came to life, man. It was absolutely genius.
Did he just say Al Bundy? Are you about to quote Al Bundy, sir?
Yo, listen. I'm gonna give you some of the shit. I bumped into this shit today. Like when we were younger, it was hilarious. But as I'm an older man, I'm like, this is absolutely fucking gold. Like for instance, there was this episode where he was constantly fighting with these dudes who kept fucking with this chick he knew. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And towards the end of the show, they're like, yo, man, why do you keep coming back? He was like, we keep fucking you up. We keep throwing you in a fucking trash can. Why do you keep coming back? He was like, I keep doing this for one main reason. The same reason all men do certain shit. I'm a fucking moron. And you know why I'm a moron? A woman is involved in this shit, in the situation that's going on right now. He's like, since the beginning of time, men have basically been complete fucking idiots whenever it comes to women. So I'm risking my life here to impress this woman, hoping that I might get something out of it. But I'm here ready to risk my fucking life because a woman is fucking involved. He's like, I'm going to do it, you're going to do it, and the guy behind you is going to do it. And when he said that shit, I said, holy fucking shit. This whole shit was giving us game since we were fucking 8 years old. And we were too young and stupid to really understand and realize it. Bro, it's like, God damn it. You know what I mean? That shit is so real. And the ideas, and he said one thing about Peggy. No, listen, before you play the violins or Purple Rain, whatever the fuck you about to play. Listen, he said this one thing. He said, listen, Peg, even if the woman on the TV was gorgeous, if she was my wife, I still wouldn't want her because she's my wife.
So we got Aristotle and Al Bundy.
I mean, maybe a little here, but it's close. It's kind of close.
But you know what you said about dating fans. That's the point I say about dating fans. Like a guy may like lust and like, oh my gosh, she's everything. If she got in his house, she would no longer be.
Then what?
It's the side chick versus the wife. It's the side chick.
Right. 3 months. 3 months. Take it from me, ladies. If you're listening, men, you may want to do this too. But I don't know. Men may be more reluctant because you settle very quickly. But 3 months, men are the best that you're ever going to experience them. Those first 3 months.
I don't think we settle. You love to use that word. I don't think we settle.
Do you know how I'm using the word settle?
Yes, I know how
am I using the word settle?
I'm going to correct you though. Okay. We tend to get into our routine after 3 months, and then we get repetitive. So we tend to get used to the routine.
That's the same fucking thing I said. You settle in.
I don't like the word, man.
I don't care what you don't like. You settle in. You settle in like big ogres, and you watch sports.
It's not.
The first 3 months.
Ugly thing. You
no
saying. Ugly thing.
Saying. No, listen. No, you meet a hot chick. No, you meet a hot chick. God damn it. You meet a hot chick. I bet you that you are willing to miss a football game within those first 3 months. a hot chick. You just met her. You've seen her online. You're like,
Oh
oh
yeah,
my, everything, right?
yeah,
The
yeah. I
first,
mean, if I'm gonna be honest with you, for sure,
right
I'll be like,
after them 3 months, but baby, the Saints are playing.
yeah, you gotta ease a woman into your hobbies.
3 months. That's why I only got 3 months for y'all. Y'all ain't doing that shit to me.
No, but I agree with Jen. I
So
agree.
what?
I agree with
All right.
Jen. We have a very the height of the relationship, and then you
So are we
settle
getting the
into
best
what
of
you
you
like to do.
all in only the first 3 months? Are we just
Here's
getting
the thing. Here's the thing. Women are magicians. We could keep that act going way longer than y'all. Way longer than y'all.
and that's
Way
supposed
longer. Like y'all get fat and nasty. We can't see your dicks past your belly. Yeah, and we still be like, oh baby, I love you and coming for you and everything, knowing damn well we don't want to see that fucking gut. So
I
we keep
agree.
it going. We
after
keep it
hearing that.
going. And at least aesthetically, the optics we give you is that you're fine to us.
Yes,
That's the optics we give you. Like you fine.
Now hearing that,
I
men
agree with
in
her.
the room, hearing that, you motherfuckers will still run and go get married. And she just told you this fucking shit.
No, I agree that women are. Listen, that's part of the reason that when they come and say they're done, you have no clue. Like, where did that come from? Because they're
She was
such
done
good
last
at.
year.
They're such good at. It's almost like, listen. There's the whole thing with when you're in American, like in EMT, you're taught that like a baby will sit there and maintain and maintain and maintain and then rub like that. Where an adult's not like that, right? An adult, you can check their vitals and you can see it, but a baby maintain. That's how women are. Women can maintain and maintain, and all of a sudden they just drop like a rock to the bottom of the ocean. Man.
Actually, I think women treat men. Here's the thing. I think women treat men like they treat their shoes and the clothes in their closet. They only get rid of you when they have no more space.
Hold on. Can we get the likes up? We got almost 50 people in the room, and I only got 27 likes. Can I get a little like? Can I get a little like? Can you like, mama? Can you like, mama? Can you hit the like? Hit the like for me. I got twice the people watching and half the likes. That's no bueno.
And what, like I said, women, they tend to get rid of you when they have no more space in their closet and their fucking, you know what I mean, the shoe stand, you know what I mean, you know, and men
Well, attacked.
men tend to keep around women like their favorite shirt. You get used
That's
to that.
a terrible analogy, though. What do you mean when we don't have any more room? That's not
No, when you don't have any more room, it means that you no longer have a use for the nigga. So when women no longer have a use for you, that's when they really get rid of you. So are you saying that women in relationships carry around useless men? Because that would be a paradox.
It's the word useless. That's not.
So now you don't like my word. Okay.
Yeah, it's not when you're. No, it's not that, because we keep you long after you're no fucking useless to us.
No.
The word is settled. The word is
or replaced until they're finding a replacement, until they're finding a proper replacement.
That's actually more the way women move. Women monkey bar into relationship.
Well, then we're actually saying. So guess what?
Like we're done. We're like No Saint said. It'll look like regular, right? Okay. And then one day we come out of nowhere and be like, it'll be a Tuesday afternoon. We bring you a sandwich and your chicken wings, and right after we be like, by the way, sign these papers for me.
Yes, because you have monkey barred. You have found a bar. You no longer have use. You no longer have use, so you have to get it out of the your closet to make space for the new penis that you got in your life. So again, this is what happens, ladies and gentlemen. When they have no more space in your life, they get rid of you. They push you out. That's what happens. And yes, you'll get your eggs done the way that you want it, with a pen and a paper saying, yes, sign here.
All the way to the last day. All the way
and
to
a threat. If you don't sign within the next.
Trust me, she was gone
really,
last year.
And really what it comes down to is that, like, Jen says it all the time, but it's true. Like, men, and I'm speaking from just I'm speaking from my own personal, you know, I can only see it from my side, but we tend to settle in. And from what Jen says, we settle in, we get comfortable, and women have a lot of options, and there is something to be said. Like, first of all, our expectations of a woman, we're not expecting a woman, at least in many cases, to, I don't know how to say it. We kind of accept like it the way it is, right? Like we get settled. We like predictability. I think as men, we like predictability in the house and everything like that. And I think we believe a lot of the times we believe in like the whole marriage thing. In the beginning, you believe, okay, we're married, we're gonna last forever, blah 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 blah. But the truth is that we think at least. I think the alcohol's talking.
You know what's funny, and people are not gonna like that I say this. You know what's funny? You Jack said, "I don't like you tonight, Jen. Come back tomorrow." Listen, you know what's funny, and men are not gonna like this, right? Because you're like, when we ejaculate 5 billion sperm. That means that we're supposed to have 5 million women before we die. You know what's funny? I think women are less monogamous than men.
Oh, I believe that for sure. I believe that because women have way more opportunities.
Yeah, and I think that's the primary.
It's very true.
Look, listen, fellas. I'm gonna give y'all some real game here. The average man and the average woman are not really supposed to be together. Because by definition, the average man and the average woman will always have more fucking opportunities than the average male. That's just what it is.
So who he's supposed to be with?
He's supposed to be with someone. He's supposed to be an above average male. And he should be with, at the very least, if he's thinking about, if in terms of being with somebody, an average woman would make sense, while he has an above average woman as the side piece. But the point of the matter is that as a man, it's best that you always be here when you're dealing with a woman, man.
So no thing should be dating like Roseanne.
Anytime she's here and you're here,
never
you'll always be at a disadvantage because she's always looking down on you. And subconsciously, she'll always view you as someone that she doesn't see as a man. A woman doesn't want her fucking equal. No woman wants her fucking equal. That's just it the fucking day. No woman wants her fucking equal. And the average man, you know what I mean, has been duped into believing that by being with the average woman, she should also, you know what I mean, entertain the idea of being with this woman is her equal, his equal, and blah, 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 so on and so forth. So yeah, you drink almond milk, you sit on the fucking couch.
Can somebody please pull this gentleman? Can somebody please get this gentleman, get his jacket, get him out of here. Can somebody please?
Oh my God.
I'm about to do it. I was just ready to do it. I was waiting
for what the red pill and the manosphere does to people. This is what the red pill.
Jesus Christ, who the hell is this guy?
Do he not understand? If you put an older woman and an older man, right? And see who has the most options. Women will have options until she stops breathing. Women have options in nursing homes. Do you understand what the fuck goes on in nursing homes?
Any nigga who says that, this is why I keep telling y'all getting game from motherfuckers who really ain't been out here. You ain't never seen a fine crackhead get fucked by a drug dealer before. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you never really seen it happen. No. I used to know a big butt crackhead who used to get railed out by dudes for crack, by drug dealers. Those are options for her. You know what I mean?
Every crackhead.
And so if you think that the average man has the same kind of options a big butt crack addict has, you're out of your fucking mind. No, the average man has to take whatever the fuck he can get, man.
And listen, to prove the point to prove your point, Haran.
Are they options she wants, though? I don't know, James. Are you that woman? Are you a big butt crackhead, nigga? Can you see that?
And to disprove that statement right there is there is a pop-up ad that comes up. Do you want to fuck older women? I never see one saying, do you want to fuck an older man?
Right. Right. Never, ever. Like, you don't understand. Like, and is it options that she wants? It's still going to be more than what he has.
And I'm not talking about older women like 30 or 40. I'm talking about, they're talking about 50 and 60-year-olds.
Yes. There's MILF porn, there's GILF porn, GILF porn. So, you know, it's funny, like what James Oko said reminds me of like men wanting to be equal to women. They're trying hard to be equal. You will never be equal to a woman. A woman, whether she has looks or not, whether she's old or not, will always have more options than you unless you have money. It's a cold hard truth. You guys hate to hear it. You got to rip off the Band-Aid. A woman in a $10 dress who's 60 years old will have more options than you at 30 without money in your pocket. That is a fact. That's something that you must accept. The red pill and the manosphere will tell you, well, her looks gone, her options are gonna get lower. Don't worry, guys. And meanwhile, you beating yourself off and playing with the PlayStation on your other hand. Let's stop. Let's stop the stupidity. You guys are too grown. Y'all are adult males. Y'all are too grown to still be talking like fucking 10-year-olds.
Look, listen.
And I want to say this. It's not people. I know people talk in general, but I was at a store, and there was an older woman with her daughter, like her early 20s daughter or whatever. And I don't know if all men do this, but I was looking at them both, and I'm like, I would go with the mom. It wasn't that the daughter was not attractive, but I thought the older woman was more attractive. I'm like, yeah, I'd go with the mom.
Well, there's been a lot. I keep telling you, there's a lot of that lately because it's switched. The older women are looking young, and the younger women are looking older. So now I'm seeing younger men and older men going after older women. Like, this shit's crazy.
We've definitely got the red pill flunkies in the chat tonight. Look at this dude. Ain't nobody wifing no old bro.
Let me tell you something, man.
Old bro, wait, I gotta read the other one. Old bro can get smashed, but not wifed. Again, the tables have turned, and now these men. Who would ever think these men are so concerned about marriage?
Right.
Do you know that's feminine? That's what women do. We oh my God. Remember women used to be big on marriage. All we did was talk about marriage. Oh, we got to get a catch. We got to get married. Are you married, girl? Let's get married. The tables have turned. Women are making their own money now. They're telling dudes, fuck you. I want some dick. Go on about your business. I don't want you in my fucking house. I don't want you drinking my juice. I don't want you soiling my sheets. Give me dick and bounce. Women are not hell-bent on marriage anymore. The tables have turned. Now all these dudes, well, you won't get wife though. We'll smash and guess what? Newsflash, women like fucking too, and women like fucking without strings. Y'all are a fucking burden. Men are a nuisance and a burden unless you fucking paid, okay? Because then you make her life more fun and adventurous and she can go shopping. But a regular average working guy, I'm telling you that a woman is going to be looking to better deal you. Regardless of what you think she looks like, she can fucking better deal you. You know why? It's not even her fault. You guys get mad at women, but you're getting mad at the wrong person. You should be getting mad at the man that's better than you because that's who she's going after. You're getting mad at her, but you really should be getting mad at the guy she left you for. That's where your vitriol should be pointed at. Not her looks. Once she uses her looks, she loses her looks. Guess you should be. Why aren't you mad at the guy that has more than you and the reason why she left you? I don't understand how the red pill and the manosphere has fucked you in the ass, no Vaseline, because now y'all are out in the world believing this. You really believe that women don't have options, that women hit the wall, that women are running around for a ring. Where's the ring, my precious? The ring. Women are not running around like that anymore. They want dick and they want your fucking money.
See,
and the better you look, the better for them. Women are making their own money. They don't want you. I'm telling you, men are a fucking burden and y'all are fucking boring unless you're well-read and adventurous and cultured and attractive. Well, you have to have something. You have to be either attractive. You could be broke, but you have to be extremely fucking attractive. You could be broke, but you have to fuck real good. Most of you don't even know a G-spot beyond a fucking clitoris. You have no fucking clue. You're fucking clueless. You're fucking clueless. I'm gonna go to the little man in the boat. I'm gonna make her come. Okay? You're fucking these bodies. Fucking clueless. They have no fucking. I'll just bite her titty. They like that. You're fucking clueless about sex. You don't stay in the gym so you don't look good. You're afraid to make money. You're afraid to fucking compete with other men. Y'all a fucking burden, okay? You stink. You sit around. You watch sports all fucking day. Your hands in your underwear. You are not attractive to fucking women. So what do women do? They go out and they make their own money and they fuck who they want to fuck, and then they go home and unclip their bra, put their hair up in a bun, and watch the TV and Netflix and chill alone. You don't realize that that is the woman that you are dealing with today. And the red pill manosphere has you thinking that you're dealing with a woman from the 1950s. That's the mistake y'all make. The women of the 1950s are fucking dead and gone. The new women that are out here, you will never be able to control. You can't make her feel bad. Okay. You're not slut, whore, body count. We don't give a fuck. Women are saying their body count and their age. You have lost all fucking control. And that's why the incel population is growing, because you have no idea what to do with this new modern woman. You're like, I don't speak this language. What do I do? What do? You up your dick game, you up your wallet, or you up your fucking looks, you lazy fucking fuck. I guarantee everybody right now, and this is a fucking guarantee. I'm telling you, this is a fucking, I would bet the whole house on this, that everybody in the chat right now that said women don't have options and they're not getting wife, I fucking guarantee you have a gut. And I'm putting all my chips in. I'm putting all my chips in that I have a six pack and you don't. I'm putting all my chips in, all of them. I'm pushing all my chips in. I guarantee every man in the chat right now that said, well, you get smashed but not wiped. I guarantee I have a six pack right now as I sit and you fucking don't. And that's the problem, that y'all are worried about the wrong fucking things. Up your dick game, up your wallet game, okay? Or get cultured, get worldly, go to museums, learn shit, learn a language, travel. Y'all are fucking burden. Men are a burden. Like, y'all really think y'all are fucking, men are a fucking burden unless you bout it. Y'all are fucking burden.
Here's the thing, man. A lot of these young men, and this culture has done it to them. A lot of these young men have been conditioned to be prey and to think like prey. See, when you're prey and you're out in the wilderness, you're wondering, why is the jungle so hard? Why are my legs so short?
Not the jungle.
Why can't I move fast enough? See, when you're a hunter and you're a predator, you start thinking, how fast can I get one of these motherfuckers? How do they think? Where they usually congregate? What do I need to do to make sure I can get this tied up within, let's say, 20 fucking minutes? See, and that comes from a strong sense of self. Many men are conditioned to be hunters today. They're not. They're just not. And if they were, they wouldn't be saying half the fucking shit that they're saying right now. What are they often saying? What are they often saying? Well, why is it that they can get away with this? Like the gentleman yesterday. Why is it the LGBTQ could get away with this and do that? Why? Never a how, never like me. I think how. Okay, how am I gonna get away? I tell y'all all the time, women are fucking sharks, man.
I keep trying to tell them.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
And
animals, they're sharks, and the only thing a shark respects is the fucking orca. And that's it. How can I be a fucking orca? Like, how can I do this? How can I step into the room initially and immediately make sure everybody understands that I'm that nigga? How do
you just gave me chills because you just gave me chills.
And I will say this, and Jen, when you were, I think you were on the phone listening to that 911 message, but it all goes back to exactly what we're talking about when it comes to Katt Williams, is that the majority of the population is not in that top percentage. And so as men, when you talk about the 50s, we had a long period of time where we didn't have to be the best. We didn't have to compete with the top 1%. And to be honest with you, the population now, because it's artificially inflated, we have a lot more people that don't have what it takes to compete with the top people in the society. And so they're like she says about incels. So now we're having a lot of people fall into that. You know, they don't have the drive, they don't have the intellect, they don't have the a lot of, you know, like we talk about beta males. There are a lot of, you know, you only have so many alphas, so many
Girl,
betas.
you can go, bitch.
Huh?
Not you.
Somebody
But yeah, I think that's what it's about. It's about the population is now what 7 billion or whatever, and it was never really meant. I mean, you can talk about biological evolution or intellectual evolution, but it was never really meant to have 7 billion people on the earth. So now we have a lot of people that aren't going to compete. That just it's not an, you know, it's not there.
So all right, it's Saturday night. So let's talk about something. First of all, do we have to clean up the chat? Do we have to get rid of some bitches?
I already did.
No, I'm keeping my eye on it. The regular bullshit where motherfuckers.
Because I know I incense the incels when I get the preaching.
You know, I can see the husband sons coming up in here. You know what I mean? Talking that. You know what I mean?
Not the husband sons. But here's the thing. Okay, James, first of all, James, congratulations. You just got back from the gym. That's what I'm talking about. Smart boy. Now, do you have a six-pack? That's what I said. I said, I guarantee that I have a six-pack and you don't. I didn't ask you whether or not you went to the gym. If you were in the gym, congratulations, because now you're thinking straight. Now you're thinking, I have to have a body so I'm able to compete. But what Jen said was, I got a six-pack and you don't. And I still got my chips in on that. But I'll wait for your chips.
He said he got a six-pack.
But it's funny. You remember the other day, not too long ago, he was on the panel and he said, yeah, I got a belly. I got a gut. Remember? He said that. I didn't say that.
We're not talking about
it's January.
What's your arms? He does look like he got chicken chest and some shoulders.
Yeah, but it's January, y'all. Everybody's in the gym.
Narrow shoulders. Yes, I can talk shit about a lot of motherfuckers' bodies right now. Yes,
okay, so look, right now. I want to address two things. Hit that like and subscribe. Not supposed. No thing. Some of you said you was like back in the day, right? It was easier for men to just exist. And I mean just exist, not even compete. Just exist, right? Because the average man was working, coming home. Not only was it easier for a man to exist, but it was easier for him to keep a wife, right? And easier to find a wife who not only wanted to be kept, but needed to be kept.
Right.
Because she wasn't making her own shit. And the problem with a lot of these cats is that they're still the red pill in the manosphere because they wanted to milk them for money, convinced them that the women of yesteryear is the women of today. When somebody really gives a fuck and they want to school you on the truth, they're going to tell you, no, women are different today. So you have to bring different tools. They got these dudes out here with a hammer trying to build a fucking skyscraper. They gave you tools to build a log cabin, and these women are out here in skyscrapers, and you out here with a little axe and a pick. Like, how do I, bitch? We're in a skyscraper now. We're not in a log cabin. The red pill in the manosphere gave you a little hammer and some nails, and you out here like this with your dick out. Like, what do I do with these? And that's the problem. It's like we are no longer in yesteryear. And then what you said, Haran, about being out in the jungle and not being, you know what I mean? How do I get one of these? And it's so true. Women, we are predators. I will say that. I will concede to that. Women are predators. We are looking for the best thing popping. And this is constant. And unfortunately for men, sorry guys, my heart goes out to you. But unfortunately for men, that never stops with us, even when you put a ring on our finger. Even when you ring on our even when you put a ring on our finger, okay? We could be in love. Third year of our marriage, we go to work and our girlfriend, our coworker, just got 2 dozen roses. Now we looking at you funny. We don't care how many bills you paid or how many times you dicked us down. We want to know why you don't do what he does. With the ring on our finger. Women are, it is like sharks, like Haran said. We're constantly swimming. Sharks, you don't ever see sharks chilling and floating. We're sharks. We're constantly like, who else is bleeding in this bitch? That's a woman. But we will concede to the fucking orca. We know what fucking orca is, and you must stay in orca mentality. Because Haran, you know me. I'm a mean motherfucker, but you've seen me melt. You've seen it.
I've seen her.
And you've seen where, and you've seen why.
And when guess what? When I seen you, was I surprised? Because I
No.
know the fucking game. I know the fucking game. I know the game. Let's see. Here's the thing. No, James, I'm not taking off my shirt tonight. I'm in bad shape right now. No, I'm not doing that shit. But guess what? I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm a mind fuck all of y'all right now. I'm not taking off my shirt, you know what I mean, tonight. Now, one of the main reasons why I'm in the shape I am is that, yes, as an ex, you know what I mean, pretty much bodybuilder, when you stop fucking bodybuilding, your fucking body goes to shit when you have a certain degree of genetics. It happens. Now, I'm a mind fuck y'all right now. I don't need the body to actually be who I am right now. Okay? I still fuck fat. See, Jen is giving you fucking, you know what I mean, pointers and things that you can do and so on and so forth because you niggas need that shit. Because you got no sauce. So you niggas need a six-pack. You niggas need a job. You niggas need to know how to read. There's plenty, what she's not telling you, that there's plenty of ugly motherfuckers out here fucking. There's plenty of other niggas out here with guts fucking. There's plenty of broke motherfuckers out here fucking. But guess what? You know why they're doing that shit? Because these niggas got sauce. They got everything that you don't have. So to supplement the fact that you have no swag, no sauce, no sophistication, and you always move in this world as a fucking prey, here, why don't you go get a six-pack? Why don't you at least go get a job? Why don't you get at least all these other things? So at least, at the very least, we can say, at least the nigga's useful. He's still a fucking dork at the end of the day. So he's not going to tell you. These women know that at the end of the day, you're still a fucking dork underneath all of those accomplishments, but at least you're a useful dork now. At least I can bring you around my people and not be completely fucking embarrassed. Because like I said, every day, there's a hobosexual is being let off the motherfucking bus. You know what I mean? And the kind of situation that you can't be in with your six-figure job, with your kindness to women and your feminist, you know, male feminist ideals. I end my rant.
So this guy here, hold on. This guy here, these guys are slow, and it's okay. It's Saturday night. I'm not busy tonight.
Oh wow!
It's called hypergamy. She proving the manosphere right. I heard Andy Tate say it, and Kevin Samuels say it, and Fresh and Fit said it. She proving their point. It's hypergamy. You're a little late to the class, and this is what happens when you're absent. You miss a lot of the lessons. We talk about hypergamy here all the fucking time. All the fucking time. The problem is that you all, some of you, not all, you don't know what to do with hypergamy. And these motherfuckers that are running these podcast channels telling you the nature of women, they're not giving you the answer. And they're also not being honest that you, sir, will not be one that can compete. What they do is put a battery in your back and make you think that you can compete in a world where women are hypergamous. There are the haves and have-nots. You're a have-not. So essentially what you're doing on these podcasts is you're just in a reject support group. You're just in a reject support group because those men that are running those podcasts know that you will never be that, but you'll still super chat. You'll still super chat. Even in nature, there are animals that get eaten and left behind. And you guys, the ones that are in the chat agreeing with the Kevin Samuels and the Fresh and Fit, and you guys are the ones that get eaten and left behind. And you have a use too, because the apex predators got to eat. So I'm not about to sit here and say that you're useless or not worthy. They got to eat. They got to eat. You're just the people they eat.
Right, like even in the animal world, though, like a lot of people don't understand. Like with that cats and dogs,
they have use.
With cats and dogs, it's the women that are the vicious ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like for instance, if you're gonna get like say if someone has mice issues or whatever, and they go get a cat, you don't get a male cat because male cats, they're needy. Male dogs are needy. Female dogs are like the hunters. Female cats are like they're vicious as fuck, right? They're and they're tacticians, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you watch them, they're like tacticians. But the male ones are very, very needy, like the male animals. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Our race, the human genome, would have died off centuries ago because hypergamy makes sure it's quality control. Women have to be hypergamous because women are always on the hunt for the best genetic material. Men are not always on the hunt for the best genetic material. No. Men are on the hunt for a space to spread their seed. Because if men were even half as worried about quality as they claim they are, you niggas wouldn't need porn. You literally beat off to a picture. You literally stick your dick in a wall. You don't know what's on the end of that fucking wall. You just hope that someone's not on the end of that fucking wall and doesn't have a meat cleaver. So let's just sit here and not behave as if the fact that women are hypergamous and at least shoot for the best material possible. We don't all benefit from it in some regard.
I just want to say that, you know, it's kind of funny, the manosphere and the passport brews and everything, because totally what they're doing, they don't even realize, I think, that they're proving what Jen says and what we say up on here is right. What do I mean by that? They talk about the women in the 50s and how that's the perfect woman. And then they talk about, the passport bros talk about going overseas because those women are more submissive. Now, submissive and are more like the women of the 50s. And what the realism of it is that the people in the countries that are third world don't have the means. And the people in the 50s didn't have the access to get the means. They're the same women. It's just their opportunities are different, and the opportunities to be self-sufficient are different. So, you know, to think that women in other countries are more, no, they're not more submissive. They just don't have as many opportunities, and they're hypergamous. They're taking an opportunity to go somewhere where they're going to have a better life, which is exactly what women today in the United States do.
Right. If the men went out there with no money, not the Filipino chicks, I take you. I take you from the black women. They wouldn't take them. They wouldn't take them if they didn't go out there with their $40. Then $40 go a long way in the Philippines. So they're hypergamous as well. They're not more subservient. They're not docile. They need your fucking money. They need your money.
I just men bad, women good. I just sat here and said that women are fucking sharks. You motherfuckers are brain dead as fuck. Like, can you hear anything?
Say this because
Tyrone just told them to use their brain. They still not using it.
They need to hear it. They need to hear this. Like,
hypergamous men are just homosexuals. Yo, Lily.
Like
I meant hobo. You know the stupid spell check. I meant
homosexual.
Damn spell check. I fucking hate it. They always ruin a good
Lily. All women.
Men are not hypergamous. No, they're not. Especially when you're in a marriage. Motherfuckers don't cheat up when they're in a marriage.
No.
We don't cheat up. Why would you do that?
I have a serious question. For the Vent guy and the James guy. I have a serious question. Let's see if you can answer this. I'm curious. There's a serious question.
They're going to do this.
I'm going to try anyway, Lily. I know they're going to divert and deflect and answer something I didn't ask. But I'm going to try anyway. For the Vent dude and the James Oko dude, do you think that a good-looking man who has a decent amount of money, I'm talking about money. I'm not talking about, I work and I make six figures. I'm talking about millionaires, good looking. Do you think that they fix their face to say, man bad, woman good? Do you think that they fix their face to complain about women are hypergamous? You think they have these conversations? And it's the same kind of question. It's all together. Do you think that you would ever catch them in a chat of a Fresh and Fit or Kevin Samuels? I'm talking about a good-looking millionaire. I'm not talking about the average Joe that has a job and he makes sense. I'm talking about a good-looking millionaire. Do you think he'd be high-fiving you in a chat? Do you think that's how they would move? Because you have to ask yourself, as an adult male, why you're floating around on YouTube complaining about women.
Look, man, real men, real shakers out here, real movers, real players. All of them have one thing in common. They respect the nature of women.
Very true.
They respect the game of life.
Yeah.
because only through respecting the game of life can you really compete and arm yourself with the necessary weapons to win in the best possible capacity. See, when you're sitting around worrying about shit you can't control, like, I don't know, female nature, you put yourself to a disadvantage. You're putting yourself at a huge disadvantage rather than.
Uh-oh. Yeah, okay. He's not back yet.
It's called My Secret Garden. It's called My Secret Garden. Who's in it? Call My Secret Garden. No, James, I don't think James, I don't think women that are on YouTube complaining about men are happy either. No. Anybody that sits around and complains about the opposite gender all day, all night, and no, they're not happy. What's your next question?
But the fact that when men do it, like when women do it, they're feminists, and when men do it, they sound like feminists.
Oh yeah, men definitely sound like feminists. Well, I say they're the new feminists. All them guys that, yeah, they're the new feminists. They're like, what about us? What about why can't we be like the women?
Like
the women do it, we want to do it too. Like I just picture them burning their bras too. Like men are the new feminists. Men are the new feminists.
They want the vagina and they want the benefits that come with having a vagina. They want both. It's so weird. It's like I want to fuck a woman, but I want everything that women get.
Yeah, yes, it doesn't matter. James, it doesn't matter what part of the population they are. I asked you a question. And this is how he answered it. He answered it, of course, with a question. I asked him, does he think that men, this is my question. 56 people watching, hit that like. I'm going to repeat it to y'all. I asked him, does he think that men who are good looking and well off are running around beating off to these podcasters complaining about women? Men that are good looking and men of means, do you think that and he answered it, do you think women online complaining about men are happy? He didn't answer my question. He did not answer my question. And he's not going to answer it because then he has to admit he cannot compete with men. So he's going to blame women.
Instead of blaming men.
Right. When you cannot compete in a certain arena, you're going to deflect and divert. Your issue is men that are wanted by women. Your issue is not women. Right. Your issue is not women. Women are not the problem of men. The problem of men is that they cannot compete with other men. Because a woman's always going to compete with the apex. I mean, she's always going to want him. I mean, she's always going to want the big guy. She's always going to want him. She's always going to want him. You're never going to change a woman's nature. You're never going to change. Matter of fact, women's nature is getting worse. And I'm up here as a fucking ally. You think I'm an enemy? I'm up here as a fucking ally. I tell men all the time, don't fucking get married. You will lose. You will lose. Because women are hypergamous. They get bored faster. They get unhappy faster. And they're the first ones to do something about it. They fucking file 80% of the time. Women are not your friend. Women like reception parties. Women like wedding dresses. Women like diamonds. Women like telling their girlfriends what you do for them. They don't necessarily like you. They don't like the idea and the burden of taking care of a whole husband and a man. We like parties and glittery things, and we like vacations, and we like bachelorette parties, and we like lace. We like white lace in particular. We like to be able to post on Instagram. That is what women like. I've told men over and over again, do not get married. You get the short end of the stick in the fucking marriage, and you get the hella short end of the stick when you divorce. I tell y'all that all the time. I tell you that and you persist. Well, they'll smash, but they won't marry. Since when are men this concerned about marriage and who's getting married? You sound like bitches. You sound like the way women used to sound about marriage.
I think a lot of these young men are actually afraid to actually succeed in their purpose in life, so they use marriage as an escape.
Mm-hmm.
Because
getting married?
Yeah, like I don't have the guts to become the greatest version of myself. So the best thing I can do is actually get married. The best thing I can do is actually have kids, because at the end of the day, I can at least say I succeeded at having a wife and kids, which is some very low-hanging fruit. Anyone can get fucking married. Anyone can have fucking kids. No, seriously. No disrespect to all those who love the idea of family. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
No, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you.
To me, achieving your goals or your dreams are far more important, in my opinion, because after divorce and after the kids leave, what are you left with? The fact that you didn't fucking succeed in your fucking dreams. You didn't have the balls to go after what you wanted.
I agree with you, because I was just thinking, I mean, it's true. Getting married and having kids are pretty easy things to do. Achieving the best that you can be is a lot. Now, raising kids is a different story, because there's a lot of variables and you don't know how that's gonna play out, you know. But yeah, for sure, getting married, that's true.
Well, he said you have to admit, Black Lexicon said you have to admit their issue makes for great entertainment for some.
Oh, I don't remember your answer, James' answer. So and I don't see it. Can the chat tell us what James' answer was to that question?
What was the answer? Was the answer no? What was the answer?
Was it? Because I don't see it. Maybe the chat.
You got that, Vent. I'm not hating on you. Stop being so y'all niggas is soft. Stop being so soft. We can't even. Yo, if I was a man and we were in a barbershop, wouldn't you be able to? Wouldn't you and I, Vent specifically? Wouldn't you and I be able to yell at each other about LeBron James versus Michael Jordan? Why is it that when I talk to you, y'all butter up, y'all glitter up on me, y'all get pink on me? I'm not picking on you. You're a fucking adult male. We're having a debate and a conversation. Why y'all get so pink and glittery on me?
Why you put on the big honeycomb chain?
This is why some men make women melt and some men make women cringe. Untuck your nuts. We're just having a conversation. This is a debate.
You could tell
no one's picking on you. No one's picking on you. You're not a 5-year-old. You're not a 5-year-old.
You could tell who was slap boxing in the street when they were younger and who won't.
You could who's drinking soy milk, because god damn, I just never thought I would see so many sensitive men.
We're just talking, we're debating. I talked about women and I talked about men. You guys really have to untuck your nuts. This is what turns women off. I'm actually trying to fucking help you to look attractive to women. And you up here worrying about, Jen, you picking on me. Like,
let me answer a quick question from Adam Hearn. No, Adam Hearn, I am not against the nuclear family. I am against, men actually creating this, conditioning into themselves and believing that their end all and be all should be their families and their wives and so on and so forth. That should be the pinnacle of your life. What do you want to do with your life? That's the problem a lot of times with you brothers. You can't exist out of pussy. You don't even know who the fuck you are out of fucking vagina and what some woman is being hypergamous and what Andrew Tate told you about some chick. You know what I mean? You need to know who you are outside of that space. Look, companionship is great. Women are fucking awesome. I love women and so on. A woman, I used to say, and I'd still say it, at the end of the day, if my wife was in the house and my guitar was in the house, in the burning house, I'd kind of think about it. Who's closer and which one I can actually really make money with at the end of the fucking day. Because I was actually jokingly saying that, yeah, my music is more important than the chick. And for me, that's not an issue. For me, that's not an issue. A lot of you will put women above everything, yourself included, your health, your money, your self-respect, your self-worth. And this is why you cry on these, Reddit, threads. You come on these spaces crying, talking about what she did to you, what she's, doing to you. And you go after these women who look a certain way, because these are the women that did not did not allow you to have a strong sense of self as a man, because their beauty, you hold their beauty in such high fucking regard. Like, look, she's just a chick.
So I guess hold on, he did answer, right? My question to him was, Jesus Christ, I know y'all were in special ed. My question was, do you think that men that are good looking, they don't have to be both, they could just be the one. Do you think that men that are good looking and or well off financially, and or, because he could just be good looking, or he could be well off, or he could be both. My question was, do you think that those men are crying and whining about women being hypergamous or not being able to get women or the nature of women? Do you think that they go through life worrying about how much pussy they can't get because women are hypergamous? Do you think that they do that? Your answer was, 0.002%. So I think what you're trying to say is, according to all the podcasters y'all listen to, because y'all believe them when they say these men are rare. Okay? Y'all believe them. Those men, hardly, that's 1% of the men. Those men don't exist. The men that look good and have money, they're anomalies. They're morale, according to y'all. So I'm gonna go along with what the red pill daddies told you. I'm gonna go along with your cyber daddies. Okay? Even if it was -0%. My question was, escúchame. My question was, do you think that they're online complaining about all the pussy that they don't get? The answer is no, regardless of their percentage. The answer is no. They don't run around. Why? Because the women are abundant. The women are abundant in their life. They can get women whenever they want, right? So here is the extra credit for you. Okay, even if it's just -0%, there's only 2 men on the planet that are good looking and rich, according to your podcaster daddies. There's only 2 men on the planet that are rich. Women want to. Okay,
They're rich. Their daddies are rich too.
Right? Yeah. You know, they don't exist. These men do. Okay, so why don't you? This is what I'm gonna ask. You acknowledge that those men exist. So instead of bromancing your cyber daddies on podcasts, instead of beating off to other angry men, instead of circle jerking and super chatting these men who don't give a fuck about you, who taking bitches out with the money that you giving them in the super chat. All right. Those men are able to fuck more bitches than you because y'all make them rich. So why don't you pause for a minute and think about that? 0.002 of the men that don't exist. Why don't you take a breather? Close your mouth, use your nose, mouth breathers. Why don't you take a moment and ask yourself, what do those men have? What do those men have? Because I want to be that guy. I don't want to be online complaining about women, because women aren't the issue. The issue is that guy, that's who women want. That's who women want. Women aren't the issue. Women want that guy. So how can I go be that guy so women could want me too? Eureka, common sense. Holy fuck.
Listen,
that's so simple.
You know what? Use this as a come on line, guys. Next time you see a woman, say, hey, look, listen. I know deep down in your base nature as a woman, the kind of man that you want, and the kind of man that tickles your cootie. But he's a part of the 0.002%. So you might as well forget about him. Like, you can take me. That's what you niggas is saying. That's what you just said, James.
That's what he said.
That's exactly what you just said.
Don't worry about
nigga.
That.
You so reeking with poor self-esteem. You don't even know that you fucking just said that. I knew the kind of nigga you was when I had when we had a conversation, and I told you don't have to shoot your shot at a woman, and you told me you don't believe that shit. That let me know off the muscle.
You're not that guy.
What you had and who you were. You're not that guy. That's why you think like that. Because let me tell you, very few things. The only thing that is as powerful as a man who is about his purpose is a woman who sees a man that she's gotta have.
And here's the thing. See, these guys are speaking from a place of lack, right? The place of lack. Thank you for giving the perfect description of a hoe. Then by that definition, then your mother was a hoe because your mama picked your daddy out of a group of men. And for some reason, your daddy, your mother's eyes, was worthy of her cracking her ass for him. Your mama looked at your father and said, out of all the men I've ever met, out of all the men whose dicks I sucked, out of all the men, okay, who filled up my fucking baby canal, this motherfucker is it. I like him. I'm gonna leave him crack for him. I ain't getting on the pill. He ain't got to use no rubber. Hey, I like this guy. So there was something that your daddy had that stood out amongst all those wonderful men that your mother met. So if we're using your definition, because I'm just talking about hypergamy, the nature of women. The nature of women is always, you know what I mean? Who's the orca in here? So obviously your daddy was the orca to your mother. So if women by sheer hypergamy are hoes, then your mama's a hoe. By using your definition. Because we were just talking about hypergamy. Okay? And provision. And that's what women do by nature. It happens with lions and tigers and bears, right? Silverback gorillas. Who's the biggest animal here that I can breed with? I'm going to have good offspring with, hopefully not autistic or retarded, right? Who's the best one, right? And that's how your mother hopefully went about getting pregnant with you.
He never
So
said
is your mother a hoe?
He said he never said that. But
thank you for giving the perfect description of a hoe.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving the perfect description of a hoe. That's you, James Oko. That's your name, your picture, and your name is by the comment. Thank you for giving the perfect description of a hoe. Did I just describe your mother, sir? That's what I want to know. Did I just describe your mother? Because y'all like throwing that word around, but you forget that your mother got stretched a couple times.
Damn.
No, because this is how you got to talk to these people.
Yeah, because they don't think that their mother is a woman. Like they can't stand women, but they forget that their mother is a woman. They forget their sister is a woman. They forget their daughter is a woman. So it's like it's like only their mother, their sister, their daughter, but everybody else, they're all women.
Look, man, the math. Look, I'm a realist, man. Mathematically speaking, somebody mama got to be the hoe. I mean, come on, man. Like just the math itself says that. Okay, all right, at least 10 of you motherfuckers' mama was a hoe. You know what I mean? Like it just is what it is. You don't know your mother. None of us know our mothers.
Let me say something. Wait a minute.
That's our moms.
I'm gonna go further. I'm gonna go further. All right. Hit that like and subscribe. You on the block, baby. Happy Saturday. I'm gonna go even further. With the behavior of some of these men, I know for a fact their mother wasn't fucking with eugenics at all. Because this is the offspring. And these are the runts of the litter. Are we gonna tell the truth? People like the truth. Remember Kevin Samuels, such a truth teller? He told the truth. Okay. Well, call me Jen Samuels tonight. Call me Jen Samuels tonight. Call me Mrs. Samuels. I'm gonna tell the truth. Men that speak like this are the runt of the litter. These are the men that me and my male friends laugh with. Okay. When I tell my male friends, when we're sitting over the filet mignon and we hanging out, you know, the ones that only want to smash though. Your friends only want to smash though. You know, all my friends. Okay. These wonderful men, these millionaires who do the damn thing, who care about taking care of their families, who understand hypergamy, who understand that they have to have money, who love being the big head nigga in charge when they walk in the room. Those type of men. Those are the men that I like hanging with, right? And smashing. If I am gonna smash somebody, I might as well smash them too. I mean, come on. Because we all gotta smash sometime. So if I'm gonna smash, I might as well smash after a filet mignon. I don't know about y'all. Okay. But smashing after filet mignon versus Red Lobster just feels better, sexier, right? So when I'm sitting with these guys and we're laughing at these conversations, you must understand you're the runt of the litter. And I used to think there was hope for y'all. I really did. I was like, oh, they could go to the gym. They could, But it makes you wonder who their fathers are. It makes you wonder. And I believe in eugenics. And people are like, no, eugenics, no, it is evil. Look what we got because people don't practice eugenics. Look what we got because people don't practice eugenics. This is what happens.
I just can't relate to, some people call me a bull in a China house. China shop. Ugh. A Neanderthal, all these fucking things.
Yes, I call you a Neanderthal.
And yes.
Okay,
but
man.
at the end of the day, yes, whether it's true or not, it's like, look, listen, there's just certain things that I'm conditioned from. Yes, my genetics, have created me to be a certain kind of person. And it is a hunter. It is someone who has an issue with losing. Like losing keeps me up at night. Why did I miss that shot? What the fuck? This can't happen again. Yo, who's that? Yo, pat them down. No, when you have an obsession with winning, an obsession with being that nigga, I'm not trying to be the runt of the motherfucking litter. Because guess what? You know what the runts get? They get the scraps, if they get that. And that's what the average man usually gets. He gets the scraps in terms of the women out here in the world. Yes, he gets the women that the guys at the top kick down because they're done, stretching them out, or they just have absolutely no motherfucking use for them anymore. That is the reality in life. But guess what, though? Those scraps that get kicked down, as cruel as it might sound, because it's nature, they still want that motherfucker up there. They don't really want you because you're not that guy. And at the end of the day, it's about being that guy. And if anyone tells you otherwise, they're lying to you. Because when you're not that guy, nature makes sure that you don't spread your genes. Because all you're going to do is fuck up the fucking genome.
Yeah. What up, Slim Tings? I see you. Here's what's interesting, right? Now, the only thing that a lot of people respect, right, is motherfuckers who you guys, y'all always sucking celebrities and stuff like that, and Ludacris, when he was going back to Katt Williams, when Ludacris was clapping back at Katt Williams, what did he do? He just talked about how much money he has, right? And guys respect that. People like Ludacris. What did Kevin Hart do? He just talked about how much money he got. Right? That's how they clap back at Katt Williams. So let me brag on myself a little bit, right? Without naming names. I'm very close to all three of you. Family, right? This motherfucker sitting there with his gut claiming he went to the gym with his oblong, weird egghead that he got sitting in that suit, right?
Skinny fat look.
The skinny, the Ethiopian look. The whole
right? Okay. Here's the thing. He's like, they're only, again, these guys let the red pill manosphere fuck them in the ass. So they really believe that these men are scarce, the good looking millionaires. They truly, madly, deeply believe, and it makes them feel better. If they think that those men are scarce, then it makes them feel better. Why? Because they think women will have no choice but to end up with a James Oco. And that's why they repeat it so much. That's why they repeat it so much, and they want to believe it. They want to believe deep down in their heart that these men barely exist. They're mirages, and women don't have access to them. So it makes them feel good to say it's only 0.00.0, half a zero, negative 0.02%. So good luck. That's what he said, right? They barely exist. The red pill and the manosphere had to make you stupid idiots believe that because you give them more money. They make you feel they tickle your ears. I said these are the new preachers. These red pill manosphere dudes, these are the new preachers. Y'all don't go to church no more to get your ears tickled. Because y'all not really religious. Y'all even fucking hypocrites with the Lord. So now you get your ears tickled and you get your hope and your salvation from the red pill and the manosphere. So you give them your tithes so they can make you feel good. So back to my family, okay? In the time that you've known me, it's been a couple years now. Have you seen with proof via video, picture, text messages. I've called you live from where I've been and who I've been with. Tell the people what the tax bracket is, just because these men are rare. They don't exist.
What was it? It was 7, 8. It was
Okay.
one. It was 8. It was one. It was 8.
Okay. All right.
Hi.
Now. Okay. Okay. And if you've all seen it, because we're that close, so we always sharing shit. We're always sharing shit, right? So since this is what y'all like to see people brag about money and who they know. This is what y'all respect.
Maybe the men are hypergamous. Maybe they was on to something.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, this is what y'all like to hear. You like to floss. No. I am telling you, take it from me. They sold you magic beans that don't grow anything. 0.002%. So good luck. You ain't never gonna find one. And yet here I am with my family constantly telling you, yo, look right, you can say that. Yo, we go over there. My life is abundant. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. And you know what? Before you retort, I am happy they just want to smash. That means I'm a bad motherfucker. It's not an insult to me when a man wants to smash me. It's a compliment. It's a compliment. It means that everything I'm doing is working. The gym is working. The way I eat is working. But my glow is working. But this stream is not about me. I just wanted to make a fucking point.
You know what?
You bamboozled and hoodwinked. You were bamboozled and hoodwinked. Someone told you that these men don't exist. These men are abundant. These men like going out. These men like spending money. These men are wonderful. They have shit to talk about and success and families that it's like it's a whole different world. But that's like what's the fly in that spider story? Like the spider thing.
The spider and the fly and blah blah blah. I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? Like the spider thinks it's having a bad day, but the fly is
having an even worse day, right?
Right. So it's like, and I'm gonna land my plane here. What YouTube did was mix groups of people that would have never in life been in the same room at the same time. So it frustrates us to try to explain a life of abundance and options to incels, to losers, to people that are the have-nots of life. And I say that from a place of there's nothing wrong with being a have-not and a loser. Y'all make the world go round too.
Right.
You must be here. For someone to be great, somebody has to be bad. For somebody to win, somebody has to lose. For someone to be deemed as beautiful, somebody got to be average at best. You guys are familiar with that fucking saying, right? Average at best, right, James? You familiar with that? So it makes the world go round. I'm not saying that y'all shouldn't exist and y'all shouldn't breathe and eat and try to get laid too. I'm just saying that YouTube and social media in general gave the illusion of access, like Quran says. It gave you the illusion of access. It gave you the illusion that you would really be hanging with us in real life. It gave you that illusion. So that's why we don't speak the same language. That is why you're in the chat. 0.2%. Those men don't exist. Good luck. Can't get laid. Women are hypergamous. Women don't care. Women bad. Men good. Those are conversations that you need to have with those other losers in the chat. You and I will never, we will never, the panel, we will never speak the same language. It's like going to China and trying to speak English. They're like, I don't fucking know what you're saying.
Or it's like trying to explain mountain climbing to a fish. It's just you won't have any concept of it. It's clear they don't have any concept of it.
See, this
and they'll keep telling you you're crazy. What do you mean mountain climbing? What do you mean? And I'm like, there's a whole mountain here, fish.
So there's the 20-year-olds, the 20-year-old women, the 30-year-old women, and to some degree even the 40-year-old women. If you would know, you cats out here, if you could understand some of the things my boys and I are hearing these women say about you younger dudes.
And they're young. That's what's scary. These cats are young.
They're saying that you're not go-getters. They're saying that you worry about the wrong shit. They're saying that you're not chivalrous. They're saying they speak as if you're children. They refer to you as boys. And my dudes, we're from a different generation. So a couple of my guys, when they go out with these young women, these women are just literally they're deer in the headlights. They don't know what to fucking do. Because it was like, holy shit. And these dudes, we're from a particular generation. We know how to move. We got sauce. We know how to, make it happen. In their minds, they're thinking, motherfuckers, like us are like 0.02%. And to actually meet a guy like that, to them, it's mind-blowing. So guys like our age, you know what we've been saying? Maybe it's time we come out of retirement to show you niggas that you don't know what you're doing. Because the worst thing you can leave is pussy on the table. Because that's exactly what y'all niggas is doing.
That's all they doing. That's all they doing.
Y'all just leaving pussy scattered on the table. And that's a terrible thing. That's a terrible.
Who left this pussy on the table?
Exactly.
Who left this? With 3 pussies on the table. What's going on?
Somebody come pick this pussy up.
That's a terrible thing. That's a crime against nature.
Leave a pussy lying around like that.
Yes,
no, Saint. No, Saint. There's a lot of pussy on the table. No, Saint. You're gonna be all right. There's a lot on the table.
I really find, it's a funny comment when they say all they want to do, you won't be wifed, all they want to do is smash. And what people aren't getting is they're still living back when women had to get married to survive. And to be honest, it reeks of jealousy, because most men, if they could go into a club and pick the great looking woman to go home and smash, that's all they want to do is smash. You know what I mean? They're actually projecting something that really they want to do, because let's be honest.
He said it. Look at this guy here. He said it. What is this goofy dude? Look at this goofy. What is this goofy dude say? Where is he? The vent dude. Where's this goofy? And I know he a goofy because they all talk the same, boy. They like a fucking clan. They're a clan, a cluster. They're a cluster.
Definitely a cult. Definitely.
Like, I'd smash Jen, no doubt, but I'd run away right after and change my identity. You don't qualify. The delusions, the delusions y'all have. The delusions y'all. I'd smash Jen. No, of course you'd smash me. Of course you would. Of course you would. That's really the issue. That's really the issue. That someone that looks like me, that you are attracted to, okay? That you are attracted to is talking like this to you. But you guys like the truth because that's what you said about Kevin Samuels. And I said, just call me Jen Samuels tonight. I'm telling you the truth.
He used to say the same shit, but they only get mad when the women say it. They never get mad.
Didn't Kevin Samuels say lead with your wallet?
Right. But they don't share that shit. They don't repeat that shit.
Wasn't he asking them if they had a big dick?
You know what's really funny?
They don't talk about that.
You know what's really funny though? Just looking at his responses. At one point in time, he was saying, "She mad." He was talking about you, and I'm just thinking about all the motherfuckers that are saying that about Katt right now. Like, "Oh, this nigga mad. This nigga this." Yeah, because you got nothing else.
Right.
You got nothing else. So now you gotta hit with all these petty remarks because you're hurt. Because that truth is a motherfucker. And James, I do remember she did say you were attractive. We also conceded that you have no sauce. So you can be attractive, but you have no fucking swag. That doesn't really help.
No, I did say that until I saw his head and he told me he had a gut.
Oh, okay. Well then, all right.
I did say that. But when he cams up, he does this. You can't see his head. Does he not come up and stand like this? So when he goes like this, I saw the top of his fucking head, and he said he had a gut, and I was like, danger, Wolf. I was like, never mind. Needle on the record. Oh no. But with that said, look how fair I am. Somebody will like that head. Somebody will like that head. Somebody will take it.
Another thing too, like again, man, if you got the gift of gab, if you're great to be around, if you have a certain degree of sophistication, all that look shit, man, that shit is overrated because every woman can sit here and tell you, like, I can't believe I dated that nigga. Right. Because the motherfucker was just that brilliant. He convinced you to not pay attention to his face. After a while, you say, "This is something sexy about the way that eye just lands here and the other one goes up." You know what I mean?
You're absolutely right, Vent. We got an echo chamber up here, and y'all got an echo chamber in the chat. Y'all keep talking about how hard life is. You can't get laid. Y'all are losers. You got an echo chamber in the chat, and there's an echo chamber in the panel. And I think we balance each other out, to be quite honest.
Kind of nice.
There's only aligned interests and misaligned interests. That's it, man.
But I said, how many times have I said, a million fucking times over, you could be unattractive. You can even be short. You can be short. You can even have $0. Zero. I'm talking to all the guys out there because I know y'all are listening. Okay. And some of you are short, and some of you have short money. Okay. And some of you are not attractive. I am telling you, an attractive woman with lots of options. Okay. I am telling you, if you got sauce, you can get by, and you can get by with a beautiful woman if you got sauce. But you're not going to find the sauce in a circle jerk chat of these losers. You're not going to find the sauce in those chats. You're not going to find it.
And I will say that the way I look at it in life is, the world is the way the world is, not the way you want it to be. And as soon as you accept that, listen, you can look at me and I know I know my lanes. I know my deficiencies. Would I like to be this? Would I like to be that? Sure. Can I improve on things? Yeah. Do I want to? I don't know. But I know myself now. I know myself now. So, but it's like when my dad passed away, and I was talking to my mom, and I'm like, listen, I would love to believe that my dad's in heaven, but just because I want to believe that doesn't make it true. It just doesn't make it true. I can try to fool myself to make myself feel better, but I'm more of what is the truth, or what is, how is it in reality? And so, you want women to like you. People think that, well, I'm a good guy, and you might be a good guy. If you want to talk James or whoever, you might be a great guy. Doesn't mean, listen, a lot of people are great guys.
He's not a great guy, though. He's not a great guy. And here's why. He's very passive aggressive. He's insulting. He's passive aggressive. He's an asshole.
He's mean.
He's worse than an asshole.
Yeah.
Because I like assholes.
Yeah.
I like assholes. I'm on my New York shit. I like people who say it with their chest. I like me a good asshole. But he's a snake. Yeah, he's a snake. Like, he's passive aggressive. He'll throw a rock and hide his hand. He can't even be mean with his chest. So I know he can't be fine with his chest. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but my point is this.
But I got your point.
Most people think that they're a good person, and you can believe that. And some people are good people, but the problem is, good people are the pennies in the account. There are plenty of good people. You got to be better than a good people. You got to have more. And some people are born good looking, and like you said, some people are born naturally have sauce. And other of us, either you're gonna have to work harder, or you're gonna have to date the fat chick.
And for the record, there are people who are good looking and have a lot of money and are intolerable.
Look, I think that
that's not the end all be all and the cure all. There's plenty of people out here with money who are good looking and they're intolerable, right? So you still need a personality at the end of the day, but it seems like the have-nots or the losers or the incels, they don't even want to put forth an effort. Who the fuck do y'all think y'all are? That you're going to be goofy, you got a gut, you got no money, you know what I'm saying? You have nothing, and then you still think that you're entitled to a woman. Who the fuck do y'all think y'all are? Life doesn't work that way. So you have the 0.00.000.0002% who put work in. Right. To be in that demographic. They put work in to look good, smell good. They put work in to be in that demographic where women want them. And you think you're going to roll up with a gut and half a dick and get women?
And no game?
Who do y'all think y'all are?
Look, man, I've gone through the ups and downs with women and the losses and the wins. And I picked up a number of things. And I will say this, that a lot of these red pill dudes won't tell you, because this if you're watching and this is clipped, this will help you. You will go a lot farther with a woman if you help her discover or accept a certain element of herself that she never even existed, that makes her better, particularly if it's sexually. If you can, if you can open, it's like a flower. If you open a dimension, it's like they saying, you know what I mean, when you're having sex with a woman and you're hitting a certain wall, or you're hitting a certain spot that she didn't even know was there, that opens her up to you. That sparks a chemical, and she puts you in a certain place in her life. But now we're just talking about sexually. If you could do that to her, and she betters herself career-wise, or anything that helps her improve who she is, a person, there'll be a piece of her that feels indebted to you, at least within the dynamics of your relationship within that moment. And another thing we have to understand too, that as women are in this constant, long ending rom-com. It's fascinating. It's just fucking fascinating. And it's just this thing where it's just these ups. There has to be these ups and downs. A lot of times they just create this drama in the relationship because they just want some intensity. They just want some fucking fire. You know what I mean? They don't want that routine, boring shit and so on and so forth. Sometimes you do have to, you know what I mean, get you know what I mean, have a set of reservations at Shea Maurice, drive her down there, and just basically use those revelations as a ruse, and you just snatch up and fuck the shit out of her in a fucking alleyway. And then you just take her home after that and be like, oh yeah, we was never really going to the goddamn fucking restaurant. Shit like that. Shit that makes
another good lesson.
Exciting. Anyway, go ahead.
You know what's another good lesson? I'm watching the fellas, and thank you, chat. Even though y'all get on my nerves, thank you for being here. Thank you, chat, for being here and participating. Even when y'all get on my nerves, I still love y'all. Y'all be getting on my fucking nerves though, but I still love y'all. There's something interesting that's going on in the chat that I noticed before, right? And this happens in general, but this is a great lesson. Escucha. This is a great lesson, right? So Slim Tings, and I promise I'm not picking on y'all. I'm just using it as an example. So Slim Tings is here. I don't know. I'm trying to find the first comment because this is a great lesson. I'm trying to find the first comment. You know, some people just know to speak. Blah, blah. Wait, I do want to. Okay, he said something before that. I need to get it because this is important. This is important. Okay, so Slim Tings apparently is Saturday night. He's chilling, came upon us, is enjoying the live. So he said, "Great live." And then he put a skull emoji. So obviously he was laughing at something that was set up here. I don't know exactly what, but he's chilling, enjoying himself, laughing. He's like, whatever. What does Vent Doe say? He says, no, that this ain't even it. He says to Slim Tings, where is it? This is good. Trust me. I'm gonna find it because I saw it.
Oh, and to piggyback off what I was just saying, narcissists often use that tactic in order to get inside of a woman's mind.
Okay, so Slim Tings is chilling, blah, blah. He's like, this fucking thing is funny, right? Vent jumps on him and he says, Slim, Jen ain't gonna let you fuck, bro. Give up. Now, before anybody responds, I want, this is a lesson. Pay attention. The man comes in, hey, I'm enjoying myself. Probably hasn't seen us before. He's laughing. He's like, this shit is funny. And it is fucking funny. I tend to be funny when I tell the truth, right? I'll take that. This guy automatically jumps to defense, right? Jen ain't gonna let you fuck, bro. Give up. Right? Let's say Slim Tings, let's just say he was in here saying that, oh, it's funny. because he wants to fuck, bro. Let's just say, which is kind of silly because this is YouTube. We don't see these people in person. They don't see us. It would take a lot for Slim Tanks to hit me up, start a courtship, hang out, say where you at. It would take a lot. Maybe the man is just enjoying himself in the chat, right? That's how I see it, right? Then she ain't gonna let you fuck, bro. So it shows two things. It shows that, like what Haran said, these dudes are obsessed with women and fucking women versus being obsessed with being a man that women want to fuck. Woo! Do you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said? These men are focused on them wanting to fuck and who else may want to fuck, the fucking, right? Versus being obsessed with, let me go fix my life so I'm somebody that people want to fuck, right? And we see it here. She ain't gonna let you fuck, bro. Why? Why did he automatically go there?
And you know why? At the end of the day, see, women who want to fuck men, they try to get their attention. Men who want to fuck women, they are men trying to get the attention of women, and that's a turnoff for a lot of fucking women.
And let me say this other note. What's really, really wild is that, thank you for the super chat, guys. I see you. I appreciate you very much. What's really bizarre is that these men lost touch that when a man does want to fuck, he's nice to a woman.
Mm-hmm.
They lost touch with, you got to court a woman. And I told you before, every animal in nature does it. That bird spins around for hours. The spiders do their little dance, right? The silverback beats another silverback's ass so he can smash. Every animal in nature is competing with a male to smash. Every animal.
Mm-hmm.
The human incels are the only fucking existence on the planet that think they don't have to do shit, and a beautiful woman's gonna fall out the sky and on his dick. Humans are the only ones. I don't have to peacock. I don't have to do the little spider dance. I don't have to spin around like an animal. I don't have to fucking beat another silverback. I'ma just lay back with my gut, and a beautiful woman's gonna fall out of the sky and fall on my dick and give me beautiful babies. This is the insanity. This is the delusion, and these podcasters strengthen that. Like, imagine a man criticizing another man who's trying to get laid and mate when that's the fucking nature of humanity. Men are trying to get laid. Men, that is what men do. Heterosexual, healthy males are looking for females to fuck. That is their nature. From fish to monkeys to birds to spiders to peacocks. That is the nature of a man. What can I do to convince this female to sit on me? That is the nature of the male. But these humans and YouTube and podcasters, when a man sees another man being nice to a woman, she ain't gonna let you smash, bro. That's exactly what he's supposed to be doing, trying to get me to smash. That's nature. That's what he's trying to do. But again, New World Order. This is bizarre. The tables have turned, and these guys don't know what to do. And
Kevin Samuels and the rest of their daddies told them that women want assholes, and they forgot to tell you that no, women want assholes that are assholes to everyone else, not assholes to them. You dumb fuck. It's like women are attracted to serial killers and so on and so forth and brutes. Like, yeah, they're attracted to that, but as long as they're not trying to kill them, that's the caveat. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, this guy's a serial killer. Yeah, that's that. Because at the end of the day, it's like, well, at least I know I'll be protected. Let's check that off the fucking list. This guy's going to protect us no matter what, because that's just what he does. With you fucking guys, the only thing that you have to, and I hate to say it, the only thing you have to offer a woman is love. And they don't want that shit as much as they tell you they do. They want passion. They want heat. They want protection. They don't just want love and I'll hold your hand and we'll watch rom-coms together and I'll put on pink hats and take you to the rally. No woman wants that. No fucking woman wants that. That's why they have no friends for.
And it is nature, because just like in nature, it's survival of the fittest.
That's it.
You're going to be left out cold, just like in nature. It's the same thing, same exact thing.
Yeah. So I want to say
we've had about what, 70 years of not being able to thin out the herd. So we've had 70 years of relative peace in the world.
Yes, Abby, just be good to me. I love that song by SOS Band.
Thank you. Thank you, Black Lexicon. He says it's such a breath of fresh air to hear you say these things, Jen. And I would like to end tonight on what Slim Ting said, because this is it. Vent is honestly slow, he says, and needs attention. And it's sad people are so miserable they can't just enjoy the live without being a child. Yeah, I remember that word, Herbs. That's really it at the end of the day. This is entertainment. This is why we came up, to kick it and have a good time. The first 2 hours were amazing. We talked about Katt Williams and the backlash of hypocrisy of Black trauma. However, it was Saturday night. We let our hair down and we just kicked it. This is all fun. However, a lot of what I said is true. Do not let these sexless motherfuckers convince you that you're not supposed to court a woman or try to seduce a woman and try to get them. Don't let them. They're trying to pull you into their misery because they're not getting laid and women aren't receptive to them. They're trying to make women the enemy so you could join them. Misery loves company. You're supposed to be nice to women when you want to smash. And there's nothing wrong with you wanting to smash. Women like to smash. Two, just make yourself appealing. So we want to smash you, okay? And with that said, I got to call somebody back who wants to smash me. So with that said, good night. I love you all. Thank you for joining us. If you like this show and you want to support, Cash App On The Block with Jen. I'm also On The Block with Jen at Gmail and On The Block with Jen on Instagram. If you want to see me and hang out with me, I got a lot of my info on Instagram. Everybody else is on Instagram. This was fun either way. I know people will be like, she was mad. Ain't no reason for me to get mad. I was just being Jen Samuels tonight. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm sure you did, because you guys like the truth. Good night.
Good night.
Be good. And if you can't be good, be careful.